melty cheeses.
Oh, I understand. Let's see what I have in the afternoon.
Namaste.
Try the bacon breakfast quesadilla, only at Taco Bell. The limited participating U.S. Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Contact local store for hours of participation, which vary.
Experience Air, Omaha's choice for AC heating repair and installation for over 50 years. McCarthy's drug tests and certifies all their technicians. They've got over 100 combined years in the service department, and the job's always going to be done right the first time. Join McCarthy's Comfort Club, and your AC and furnace will always be at tip-top shape with their twice-yearly inspection and maintenance. For AC and heating, service and installation, McCarthy's1hour.com. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. McCarthy's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The passion and excitement of high school football continues every week, and the high school football update covers it all every Saturday morning. Join veteran sportscasters Jim Kelter and Torrey Pantalian Saturday mornings 8 to 10 on 1180 The Zone.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
Crossover is
crossover dribble.
Sing for the crossover.
Kyrie Irving crossover in the lane. One of the most famous crossovers of all time. Behind the back, an ankle breaker on Chris Paul.
Crossover.
Crossover continues to evolve.
So you guys dominate the poll game.
Yeah, we do. But
radio.
we'll ask the questions that you don't want to ask.
Yeah. So were you guys a little surprised at the poll question that I presented on the crossover yesterday in the end results? Would you rather have?
How did it end up, Josh?
Would you rather catch your dad cheating on your mom or your significant other?
It was about 50-50 when we left yesterday.
I'll check it again now.
I think that dad cheating won the poll.
Dad 56%, SO 43%.
I voted SO, but I didn't like it.
So would you like my poll question that was posed today? So now people are onto us, and so they'll give me poll questions to ask on the crossover that end up on
ours.
Would you rather have a mohawk for the rest of your life or be bald? And I know what you and I would probably say.
Well, we're already headed one direction.
Yes. Now,
not headed in the mohawk direction.
I could not do a mohawk. I couldn't do a mohawk even if I was a little kid. I wouldn't have wanted that. I've had the straightest hair ever.
If you're bald for long enough, it's just that's just who you are. And I feel like it's a lot of upkeep to be bald, though. Like, you have to shave your head probably quite often, otherwise the horseshoe comes in.
You got to worry about this when you're out in the summertime, where you're wearing a cap or putting on sunscreen.
That's no different than what it is right now.
Like, all three of us in here, I think, would tend towards being bald compared to wearing a mohawk for the rest of your life.
Josh, what do you think? Would you wear a mohawk? Would you have a mohawk?
No. Once my hair touches my ears, I start.
Josh is just straight buzz cut guy.
Yeah.
I should be straight buzz cut guy, but I don't know. I like to put a little flavor in there for some reason. It's the beard too. And I love the barber experience. I could just say, you know what, take the number 1 and go around.
Yeah.
But I like sitting in the chair. like the hot towel.
You sound like going to sports clips.
Yeah.
I do that about once a quarter. I'll treat myself.
Oh, really?
And have someone else cut my hair for me.
Have you seen, there's videos now that are big on TikTok. Well, the ASMR stuff, obviously, but like basically it's ASMR shaving. It goes, they like put a guy in a chair.
Yeah.
And you can hear it,
Ooh.
shave it. And they do the whole thing with the hot towel, and very good experience. Guy's got a lot of views on TikTok now.
The straight blade.
Have you ever been shaved by somebody?
So my dad, when I was younger, he would take me to the place that he got his hair cut, and they would do that. And, of course it wasn't for me, but I would sit there and watch him. I'm like, oh my God, what happens if he has like a little twitch? All of a sudden, Dad's
what happens if he slices his carotid?
Yeah, I did it once. Just because I've always.
So you've been shaved?
I have been shaved. Straight razor.
And no fear?
No, the guy it was at the fancy place in Exarban. I said, you know what? I like the look of this guy. I'll trust him.
Did he have the towel over his shoulder?
Yeah, he did.
Did he have a shaved head?
No.
Okay, because
no.
I know somebody that works there, and yeah. So they're basically with the blades, they're pretty loose because they're really, really good at what they do. Yeah.
They're just flinging those things around.
Well, that's like their specialty. Like that's what draws people in. Like you get the old school cut and shave.
Oh yeah.
And they use, it's not like the,
Have you ever seen the places in the mall where I don't know if they have any malls here, but they have the chair by the window. And it's like in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
And there's just a guy getting shaved in the middle of the mall. And it actually looks kind of cool. I was going to try it out one day, but I didn't need to be shaved.
See, the trifecta would be if you had like a shoe shine spot and you also cut hair and could get a shave. So you could get like the hat trick.
I think that type of convenience is back.
Are we shining shoes at the airport anymore?
No.
I haven't seen an active one in a long time.
Okay.
No. Which is too
you
bad.
You can tell how often I travel.
I mean,
I see mostly people just sitting there, or little kids sitting there because there's no chairs at the gates.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's America gone wrong. Is that we've lost the shoe shine guy? Would have his own.
Have you ever wore shoes? I mean, how often are you wearing shoes that you can actually shine? Like I'm wearing tennis shoes 98%. But
you know what?
I
noticed people when this was a thing in airports that they were like, you know what? Yeah, my shoes are okay. I'll climb up there and sit down and have some conversation and let the guys shine my shoes for, $15-20.
Read the paper.
Yeah. Back in the day. I mean, we're going back to the movie Natural where they had shoe shine.
All the things that used to be prominent at the airport just don't really have it. With the payphones, don't need them anymore. The people at the counter, the people at the desk, you don't need to talk to them anymore. You can just
go to the
call,
kiosk.
you do the kiosk, you call them on the phone, you go on the app. You don't need to talk to people at the counter anymore. There's no sense in that. It's all gone.
Some people work
the airport as we knew it.
Some people work in jobs where they don't have to talk to anybody all day. They live by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just pointing that out.
Seemed oddly specific.
Question for you. Because I was thinking about you yesterday. I'm sure you were glued into your Dayton Moore press conference.
I was. I watched the whole John Sherman thing.
Which pretty remarkable that Dayton Moore spoke at that press conference.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be a little awkward. And then there was the question, were you fired or was it mutual agreement? That was brought up while he was like sitting there.
Sherman said it was my decision, but he agreed.
Yes. Which is,
so
I think, no.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe Dayton is that self-aware where he's like, you know what? I am not the right guy for this. But I can't imagine ever saying that.
No.
I can't imagine anybody ever saying
that. When I heard that he was going to be there, I thought it would be like afterwards.
Right.
It'd be like the Mike Riley when he got fired by Bill Moose.
Right.
Like Moose left and they said, hey, Mike Riley will be here. And we all went, that's outside of Doc Sadler. It's never happened. And that was a terrible press conference. What is this going to be like? Instead, Riley was like, hey, thank you, blah, blah. And then went around and shook everybody's hands.
That's where Mike Riley did he had the song lyric. I may have missed the dance or something like that. Or what? He busted out some old country song lyric.
I hope you dance.
Close. But I don't think that's it.
No. So, no doubter that Dayton Moore is in the Royals Hall of Fame?
Well, he's basically the John Sherholtz of this generation.
He saved the franchise.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say so. Won a World Series, back-to-back pennants, loved in the community.
He was one of the most visible guys of the organization.
Absolutely. He's everywhere. If you ever, been at Warner Park when he's out here, he doesn't sit upstairs. He just walks around the ballpark. He'll talk, he'll sign autographs.
Back-to-back World Series titles, World Series in 15. Unfortunately, afterwards, didn't go so well.
Yeah. Well, they need to step into the 21st century.
He can watch his kid play baseball now.
Yeah. Who did he get drafted by?
The Brewers.
The Brewers. Okay. Maybe he heads there. I think he's going to stay in baseball from what he said.
Yeah, he'll find a role. But you know that what I hear, I think it was Buster Olney or Rosenthal yesterday said every general manager of the World Series champions between 12 and 18 have already they all got fired.
Yeah. That's interesting. The Royals have a bad reputation around baseball of being the franchise, the good reputation in the sense of like they treat people really well and it's a well-run situation. But from the baseball side, they obviously need to advance. And that's why Dayton Moore is no longer at the GM.
We need more data-driven product.
That was said out loud. And I'm like, yes! Yes, we do. And the craziest part about it was he goes, and this is, I think, well known from some of the stuff that's been written over the last couple of weeks. But he goes, we have the data.
Yeah.
So we have it. We have the data. We just need to apply it better. It's like, what do you mean?
So that
what are we doing with it?
And basically, hey, Mike Matheny, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So they go, is there going to be any more changes specifically with the managers? Like, I don't know. Get with JJ on that. We'll let him.
I basically said, Mike Matheny, Cal Eldred, you might want to pack up that apartment and never come back.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the Royals if they have if they become one of these, really cutting edge, young, but also small market teams that hires a young manager and does has openers and stuff like that. Like I'm not prepared for that.
But I think it's a pretty good job. Look at the roster you're inheriting, position wise.
Oh yeah.
You're in a place where the expectations are, you got an owner who proved yesterday that he wants to win, that he wants to do this again. And you may be lucky enough to hang around that in 26, you could be in a downtown ballpark.
Yep.
Because I think that was part of yesterday as well. Everybody knew that Dayton.
Oh, he wanted to give an update.
Yeah. But that was also, hey, so we're going to try and build up and have some momentum so that when we move into the new ballpark, we're going to compete right away.
Yep.
And that'll be our build up to we're on the top.
Just develop 2 pitchers and then trade for 3 more. And we're there.
Even if that team's remotely good, the city just really supports them.
Well, he said it. John Sherman said it yesterday. He's like, Dayton Moore talks about winning championships, and obviously you want to win a championship. But I want to see what a wild card team looks like first. Keep the fans engaged throughout the time in the summer. I checked out in June.
I know.
Maybe most people checked out earlier than that. Like I haven't watched a Royals game in a couple of weeks now. Which is crazy for me.
I was thinking, like the reversal of where the Royals were in 14-15 compared to their neighbors across the parking lot to now.
Yeah.
Where the Chiefs organization, what you think about them and where they're at in their certain league compared to the Royals, man.
Yep.
That is like so night and day.
So I wonder if they'll do the thing where the Royals move downtown and the Chiefs just take over the whole they put the dome on top of it, like the sliding dome or whatever that's
what originally they were gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard that
they're gonna redo something over there.
So are you familiar with what they have done in Foxborough, where the Patriots are at in Gillette Stadium?
No.
They basically have built a city around the stadium.
Yeah, it's in that stadium's in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a shopping complex around the stadium.
Interesting.
So I think that's what they're intending.
And they got all the parking lot in the world.
Because Iowa State, if you've been to Ames, like the big parking lot between Hilton Coliseum and Jack Trice, they're going to develop that into Sci-Town. So they're basically going to build an entertainment city right between them. And I think that's what they want to do when they tear down K. Yeah. Is more hotels and shopping and entertainment so that they draw people in there year round instead of just like when the Chiefs or anything else.
I love that. I'm sure the Chiefs would love it too.
And they got the World Cup coming.
Yep. And the draft?
Yeah.
The draft is next year there, right?
It is. Power and Light, you think? Or will it be at Arrowhead?
I would guess, is Power and Light big enough? There's a lot of people are going to be there.
Maybe Arrowhead in the parking lot is the place I'll have to go for the draft. I guess I haven't seen if they've announced exactly where it's going to be.
If they did it at Arrowhead in the parking lot and they had the aerial views compared to like Vegas last year.
Yeah. Now I think about that. Well, I think they can slip in the old Adams Mark.
The hotel's been rebranded 4 or 5 times. Used to be a Denny's downstairs.
Yeah. That Adams Mark used to be the only place that people would go. They're like, I'm not going to stay downtown before they redid the plaza and the Power and Light.
Nobody's staying out there anymore.
No, they have not. The water park,
that area has not been touched in years.
No, which is crazy because you're across the street from 2 professional venues.
Right.
People can park and stay there and walk or take the little shuttle. And they haven't done anything with that hotel.
I'm being told Union Station is where the draft will.
Okay. So that'll be a good backdrop. And they got that's where the parades have always been.
Were.
Okay.
You could put people there on the grass area.
That'll look good.
That'll look good.
All right.
Kansas City's back. Maybe the Royals will be back someday too.
Baltimore got there. You'll be fine.
Thanks, Gary.
I did see though one quick thing. This person was like all out on Dayton Moore. Take out the COVID year. Does 72 and 90 as their average record sound right? Even with the run of 13, 14, 15?
Wow,
So over
since
his
06?
since his entire tenure, the average record for Dayton Moore is 72 and 90.
That sounds right. Actually, I thought it may have been less.
Because they do have a few 100 lost seasons in there.
Well, they haven't. They made the playoffs in 14. They made the playoffs in 15. They went 516. That was it.
That's wild.
They didn't go 500 any other time in the Dayton Moore era.
But he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think so.
Have a good show, guys.
Thanks, Gary. That's the crossover. We will come back and start things off next on 1620 The Zone.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
What is chicken fried lobster? And where can I get my hands on some of this?
hell?
I want to try this.
You don't have the chicken fried lobster.
I wanted to
I'd
try
it for the bit, but I would rather have my lobster.
Is
that like the most
rich
redneck thing?
Can we fry it?
After all the fees and the $6,000 tip,
Oh, good. They tipped
dinner
well.
was $37,000.
$6,000 doesn't seem like a good tip.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from a Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Fall arrives today, and it will feel like it. Expect mainly cloudy skies throughout the day, staying cool with highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
Join Genesis Health Clubs for 36 cents for their 36th anniversary and get the rest of the year free.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Saturday, November 12th, CHI Health Center.
Yeah, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say. You were meant together.
Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday, September 22nd at 10 p.m. before the general public on sale Friday, September 23rd at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Live Nation.
Marvin Windows has long been known for their lasting value and beauty. Carp's Complete Home Exteriors is Omaha's first authorized Marvin Windows replacement contractor. For a free estimate, call Carp's Complete Home Exteriors or visit carpsomaha.com.
Don't miss this week's Zone Deal.
This week's half-off deal is from Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard. Get 2 anytime passes for the price of 1. An $80 value for just $40. Over 50 attractions are included. The Pumpkin Eating Dragon, the new carousel, a barnyard challenge course, zip line train rides, and more. Vala's Pumpkin Patch, open September 23rd.
Zone deals go fast. 9 a.m. Friday, 1620thezone.com.
The big box stores have a secret. When you walk out the door with a new purchase, that's where the service ends. At Ty's Outdoor Power and Service, you get great deals on brands like Hustler, Toro, Honda, and Steel. Plus, you get a dedicated experienced service center. With annual maintenance and repairs, your equipment will last longer and perform when you need it most. See us in Lincoln, Omaha, or Gretna and get 10% off your residential service. Visit Ty'sOutdoorPower.com, promo code radio, or mention radio to redeem.
This is Scott Schultz from Host Coffee. 2022 marks our 50th year and business has never been better. We continue to grow and add new customers. Many employers are looking for new ideas for their staff as people return to the office. Our pantry service is a great office amenity for staff and guests. Fresh food, snacks, coffee, water, and other beverages for employees and guests. Enhance your office experience with pantry service from Host Coffee. Learn more at hostcoffee.net.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Another Thursday edition of the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and at 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Johnson with you. It's Thursday. What happens on Thursdays? We have Jacob Padilla of Hill Varsity. We have Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7. No Sam this week. We'll spin the wheel again.
What's Sam doing?
He's enjoying his bye.
Okay. I'll allow it. He works hard.
I don't get a bye week. No days off for us.
No.
We're grinding through. And happy fall. Welcome to fall.
That's right. And it feels like it outside.
Did you have soup? Did you wear did you wear a quarter zip? Did you wear pants?
Got a quarter zip on.
Nice.
People forget Braves won the World Series.
You seem like a shorts in the winter a lot guy. Although I've known you in the winter before, but you do seem that way.
50 is about the threshold. I'll break them out.
50?
And I'm really reluctant to put them away when it's time. So, yeah.
Right.
I break them out early. I wear them late. Yeah.
Oh, understood. There is that first day. Kept the windows open last night.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. It was chilly this morning. It was chilly. It was in the low 60s in the house this morning. Felt good. All right. Thursday show, as I mentioned, Jacob Padilla and Michael Bruntz will join the show. The lineup is powered by the rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. Many things I'd like to get into today, including asking the question of why there are schools with nuclear reactors on campus.
A lot of them.
Well, turns out there's a list.
Let me tell you, I don't know a lot about nukes, but I know a lot about college kids. I wouldn't put the two near each other.
We got Thursday Night Football tonight.
Yeah.
I want to talk about so the ratings came out for last week's Thursday Night Football on Amazon. Kind of interesting stuff there. We will get to that during the show, but let's start here. There is an important Board of Regents meeting next week.
Love a good Board of Regents meeting.
Yes. So let's take you through page by page through the minutes, the agenda. No.
Perfect sports media topic.
Although I did look through 75 pages, or there's a billion pages on this thing of what's happening in the meeting. But you pull out the sports stuff. Here come the sports guys with their clicks. So 3 major things happening at next week's, and will be signed off on at next week's Board of Regents meeting. First of all, Nebraska announced this today. The in-house media rights used to be, IMG. Then Bill Moose decided, you know what? Here's an idea. We're going to take it in-house. We're going to not take this free money that we get every year, and we're going to try and make more money off of it. Might have been flawed. We'll talk about that in a second. But they are now back to shelling it out. Play Fly Sports. This deal will go into effect next week, and it expires in 2038. So it is a long deal, a $300+ million deal. Next year, they'll make $13 million off of their in-house media rights, escalating up to more than $23 million by the end of the deal. I will ask again. It was, at the time, I believe we referred to, and by the way, this is a good lesson. So both of the things we have now referred to as huge gambles have turned out pretty disastrous for the University of Nebraska. The last 2 times we've characterized things as huge gambles. Number one, allowing Scott Frost to coach and building the whole new staff and all that stuff in 2022. Huge disaster. And the other one was Bill Moose taking the media rights in-house. We referred to it at the time as a, quote, huge gamble. And Trevor Alberts takes over. He's like, no. We're gonna farm that one back out. Sorry. Maybe we could do some more things with this, but it's going to take a lot of hard work and effort, and we could just get 15, 16, 17 million dollars every year for the operation that we have right now. Let's do that.
Yeah. Do that one.
Let's do that. So money is good. So that'll be starting next week. So they put out the press release. Play Fly Sports, the exclusive MMR rights holder and sponsorship arm, effective October 1st. Then there is on the docket, this was mentioned yesterday in the reporting that was done, by the way, first reported by our own breaking news boy, Josh Peterson. Memorial Stadium improvements. So they released the Board of Regents meeting agenda today, and I looked down the notes, and here is what it says on the page. Not all of what it says, but basically the conclusion it comes to on the Memorial Stadium improvement, on the subject of Memorial Stadium improvement project. Josh, you know stuff about legalese.
Oh yeah, big legal guy.
Yeah, you're a big legal guy. Tell me what this means. Upon determination of the scope and phasing of the improvements, the program statement will be finalized and submitted to the Board of Regents for approval. If approved, the project would proceed through an intermediate design and construction. This amended sequencing requires that the Board of Regents waive Board of Regents policy 6.3.6 to allow early engagement of the design and construction teams.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be a legal scholar to know that I have no idea what the hell that means.
Here's what it means. We are not. It seems to me that we are not anywhere close to unveiling any Memorial Stadium improvements really anytime soon. I don't know. I'm just not going to hold my breath on this. Like when this was on the docket, when this was reported yesterday of like, hey, they're going to talk about the Memorial Stadium improvements as well. It's on the agenda for this week. I thought we would know some of the things that they are going to improve. I thought the plan would be in here and that the Board of Regents would approve it. No, what this is saying, hey, we are going to look into doing this, and then we are going to come up with a plan. Well, we have been looking into doing this, and we want your approval to do that. Then we're going to come up with a plan, and then you're going to have to improve the plan as well, and then we could start construction on doing these things.
Feels like this might be more of a 10, 15-year plan than a 5-year plan.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even really have hard data from the surveys. I mean, we got a little bit of an inkling of where some of the answers were leaning, but we don't know what was picked from there as, yes, we will do this, we will do that. And we just really want an artist rendering. That's what we want. Let's be honest.
Yeah, come on. Just tell me what you're going to do. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It says here in the notes, the complexity and magnitude of this project requires the coordination of many moving parts, including fundraising, programming, design, and construction. Due to the success of the university's deferred maintenance program and the multitude of capital projects system-wide, a project of this size would put strain on an already busy university facilities team. Sorry, I can't read today. Therefore, Nebraska Athletics recommends the engagement of a third party to provide program management services through a qualification-based selection process. Basically, they're going to put this thing out to bid.
Yeah.
And they're going to, come back at that point.
Why do you have to legalese? We'll put this out for bid.
Yeah.
We will bring about a third party to intermediate.
I don't know. There's got to be a reason somewhere along the line. Well, it's taxpayer dollars, I guess. Some of it is anyway. So don't hold your breath would be my advice on that one. And then the third thing on the list as it pertains to us here in the sports realm, alcohol sales at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln for both men's and women's basketball. Nothing about Haymarket Park on here, Josh. Breaking news, man.
Sell beer.
You did it.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, you spoke it into existence.
I did. Look at that. This I don't want to say little show, this wonderful program that the masses have wrapped their arms around, took something I said and willed it into existence. I didn't do this. We did this.
It's another thing about the board. It's like, okay, yeah, we need a board of regents to like approve this. This is the biggest no-brainer thing of all time.
Yeah. Do we want more money? Yes or no?
Do we want to make the fan experience better for our fans? And they'll pay for it. So it helps us too. Yes, in fact, we do want this. Oh, that's interesting. What a great idea. Has this been done anywhere else? Yes, in fact, it's done everywhere else. I mean, come on. Nebraska is so far behind the times on this.
There's campuses out there in this beautiful country of ours with nuclear reactors on them. I think we can give adults beer at a sporting event.
But what if Josh, that doesn't make sense. Because what if the drunk asses go over to the nuclear reactor and start, messing with it?
A&M's got 2 of them, okay? How drunk do you think those people are?
Oh, man.
With your weird yell team.
Yeah, that's definitely odd. Upon approval by the Board of Regents, the sale of alcohol at UNL events at Pinnacle Bank Arena on September 30th, 2022, the parties desire to amend the agreement to permit the sale of alcohol at UNL pursuant to the terms of the amendment. That's from the amendment from before. Remember when they sold booze at the wrestling championships last year?
Yeah. Got to amend the amendment to make it permanent.
Okay, so how about this? In this, the city itself, or through its concessionaries, shall operate all concessions at the arena, including home games, and shall be entitled to retain all net revenues received from said concessions, except as set forth by this subsection. The city shall receive 90%, and UNL shall receive 10% of net revenues minus cost of goods sold received from the sale of alcoholic beverages at UNL. And then they'll revisit that number next year in 2023, 2024. The city gets 90% of the alcohol sales revenue. Don't know how they came up with it, but it's interesting to me.
I ducked out to take a phone call. The school gets 10% of alcohol sales?
The school gets 10% and the city gets 90%.
Oh. Feels like an odd split.
This is a big deal for the city of Lincoln. Yes. Once again, way behind the times. This should have happened a million years ago. It works. It's good. Fans enjoy it. And at a certain point, like you can make a big deal out of it if you want to. You could do what Creighton does and have their dollar beer night, fan appreciation night once a year or whatever. And they've worked that out really, really well. By the way, Nebraska has the same sort of setup, with a beer garden area on one of the sides of their arena. So that works out perfectly. Or you could just not and say, hello, you're walking up to the normal concession stand. Would you like a Valentino's pizza? Yes. Would you like a Runza? Yes. Also, you could buy an $8 beer. You don't have to make a big deal about it if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk about this with Bruntz when he comes on later. He tweeted out this, going back to the Playfly guys, $7.5 million signing bonus.
Yeah. Yep. That was in there too
for them. And I'm sure someone more smarter than I. That proves my point. Can explain what that's all about, but feels odd.
Why?
Why does a media company need a signing bonus? You have signed on the dotted line. Here's $7.5 million. Thank you.
You entice them to come along.
I guess.
Also, Nebraska is going to be making $300 million off of this deal.
Oh, sure. I mean,
and Nebraska has money to throw around. Are you saying Trev is not so tight with the money anymore?
Oh,
I mean,
no.
He's paying Scott Frost to not be here.
Connor, Trev Alberts, famously very stingy with the money. I don't know if you know this about him. He axed the football and wrestling programs at Nebraska Omaha.
No.
Yeah. Right on the tarmac after the natty, just whoop, you're dead. Not a lot of people know that.
Hadn't heard about that before.
Yeah. Trying to keep it under wraps.
LSU Rob tweets in. He says, very demanding today, aren't you? Just tell me. just tell me. That's all.
We want what we want, okay?
Bernie tweets in. He says on the J Tech Constructions on Twitter, he says, pretty sure that's the same deal Creighton has with Omaha and the Chai as well. Although I think Creighton maybe gets 15%. So that basically they're going to do it for 1 year. They're going to look at it again and say, okay, does this work or not?
I guess there's probably an aspect of, hey, if you're going to be selling beer here, there's more security, more police. We got to pay those people.
The biggest part that I wanted to know out of this today was the Memorial Stadium improvements. And it's clear that we're not close. I think they have an idea of what's going to happen. Now we get to continue to allow our brains to wander some more. What will the Memorial Stadium improvements look like? What will the whole area around the stadium look like in a couple years? They plan to do some of these things, as the new football facility is opening next summer. After that, what are we actually looking at? And we don't know yet. Wonder if any of those details will be talked about sooner rather than later.
Could we get some red beers at the stadiums? That'd be fun. Like, I don't
Not
even
a Memorial Stadium.
I don't even like red beer. I'm just like, that'd be a cool looking thing. Like, hey, I'm at a Nebraska game, drinking a red beer. It's a Midwest thing.
I would think that would probably be an option.
Yeah. We're just brainstorming here.
Maybe upon request.
Yeah.
You have any tomato juice?
Disgusting.
Just go up to the window, ask for a beer, and then ask, do you have any tomato juice?
And you have to say tomato.
Uh-huh. That's right. None of the pre-made stuff. I want to pour my own tomato juice in there. All right. 402-951-1620. You can call into the show if you like. Good thought here from Chris in Montana. Hey, Connor, follow me for a minute. If you allow beer at sporting events in Lincoln, then what's next? There are people going to want to ice fish on area ponds in Lincoln. And if people start ice fishing on ponds, they're obviously going to want to have ice shanties. And you know what happens after that? Prostitution.
Just data points to consider.
Just the data points to consider.
Data points to consider.
So we can only hope and cross our fingers that we can, you as a fan of basketball going to a game at Pinnacle Bank Arena this year will be able to avoid the gallons full of beer that will be hurled toward the court at various times throughout the season. So just cross your fingers, maybe wear a poncho, something like that. But, it's going to be tough out there. Now, if you're not, on a serious note, if you're not interested in drinking beer at a basketball game, you can just not drink a beer at the basketball game.
Just like you don't drink a beer at the sports bar, or you don't drink a beer at your house.
Yep.
And everybody lives in harmony.
Additionally, if you open this up to ice fishing, while on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time? And if you then allow ice fishing with shanties, then that leads to another problem. Prostitution.
Yeah.
And now you got the police chief and the police department involved. Just data points to consider.
The dramatic pause before the word prostitution is by far and away. This guy has incredible comedic timing.
You know what you got next? Prostitution.
It's like, wow. I was not expecting you to say that word, but I really enjoyed the pause because I was hanging on there for a second. All right. Any thoughts on that? We'll take them at 402-951-1620. You can tweet into the show at Connor Happer, at Happer Show on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Plenty of things left to get into on the show today. Jacob Padilla is coming up at the top of the hour. We'll come back with more on 1620 The Zone.
And that's when the whores come in, men laying their trick money down, $20 to pay the rent. Maybe instead I'll spend it on the whores running around doing their little
1620 The Zone.
Once during the war, I visited a prostitute, and my life has been a living hell ever since.
Suicide can be...
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. From Cleveland, we have an AFC North matchup. The Browns hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both coming off narrow losses last week after starting the season with victories. Which team will get their season back on track with a division win? Join Jason McCourty and me to find out on Thursday Night Football.
6:30 Thursday night. If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone.
Suicide can be prevented by knowing the warning signs. And most importantly, knowing what to do if you recognize those signs in yourself, a loved one, or even a stranger. There are simple ways you can be there for someone, so they can be here for more tomorrows. Visit moretomorrowsne.org to learn the signs, how to approach the conversation, and where to get help. Or call 988 for help now. That's moretomorrowsne.org.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Brookside Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Brookside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 402-671-7777. That's 402-671-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Brookside Medical Clinic now. 402-671-7777.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This Friday, Josh, we're going to the best concession stand in the state.
Cannot wait to get back to Roncalli. I'm going to eat so much food.
Omaha Roncalli High School is where we will be this Friday, 2 to 6.
Join us on 1620 The Zone and at Roncalli.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One, reminding you to join us for Thursday Night Football coming up from Cleveland. It's an AFC North matchup with Jacoby Brissett and the Browns playing host to Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ian Eagle and Jason McCourty will have the call on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Don't miss any of the action on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 1620, The Zone.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona, 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghhelp.com. Louisiana, 1-877-770-STOP. New York, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee, Redline, 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia, 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Maybe haunted houses are all the same. Maybe you have seen it all. There's not much out there that can still scare you. But maybe not. Dungeon of the Damned Haunted House, located in the basement dungeon of Hollywood Candy at 1209 Jackson Street. Dungeon of the Damned, where no one can hear you scream. Dungeon of the Damned opens this Friday. General admission and VIP tickets available now at dungeonofthedamned.com or inside Hollywood Candy.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
We'll talk hoops and football with Jacob Padilla of Hell Varsity coming up here in just a couple minutes. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson back with you on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Happy fall. It is fall. It feels like fall. Grab a PSL, Josh.
Not my style.
Me neither.
But respect to those who celebrate.
I don't like hot drinks.
Same.
Wow.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Same. I don't like hot drinks.
Nope.
Coffee? Eh.
No thanks.
Tea? Eh.
Iced tea? Yeah.
Mm.
Iced coffee?
Mm.
I could if I had to.
And I'm not ready to start now because I just don't feel like I need to. I don't feel like I need that.
No, you're a water guy, and that's commendable.
Water is amazing. Have I talked to you about water before?
You have.
Okay, good.
I got some right here.
Just want people to know how good it is. It just fixes everything. All your ailments. Drink some water. You got a stomach ache? Drink some water. Got a headache? Drink some water. Tired? Drink some water.
Is that the new rub some dirt on it?
Yeah, drink some water. That's my version of it anyway. That's my advice. My wife gets so mad at me. She's like, I haven't revived the headache. She's like, hey, how about you drink some water? It's like the first thing I come up with.
Are you drinking water?
You drink some water?
How much water have you had today?
That's seriously what I do. Drink some water. All right. Shocking development out of Australia. They are getting a new an American fast food chain down there. They have a couple, and they're adding another one. Australia, or Wendy's, is testing out some restaurants in Australia, and the Australians seem very confused about what Wendy's is going to bring to them and if they need a Wendy's at all.
Yeah, they don't sound like they want this, Connor.
Here is a report from Australian news last night.
If you thought we had enough fast food chains already, you may have been mistaken. The third biggest restaurant chain on the planet is headed down under, bringing burgers with a twist.
You want fries with that? You want fries with that?
Ready for a food fight?
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like with your hot and crispy fries?
Wendy's is on its way. The third biggest fast food name on earth is about to blast into Australia.
They'll be going right up against McDonald's and Hungry Jack's.
No relation to the ice cream people. These guys are about burgers. Big burgers. Some of them 6,000 kilojoules and counting. And look closely. The Wendy's way is square for something different. There are nuggets, fries, and shakes, but also salads and potatoes. And for an all-American diner, it's a European breakfast, French toast and croissants.
It's all greasy and it's not that good. Am I getting sued for this?
Not yet. It's 10 stores to
this?
start with, and they're a year or two away. The outside looks like this. Inside, it's like this, and your order comes like this.
Yep, it's a building.
It's a very traditional offer.
After Five Guys, Wahlburgers, and even Carl's Jr., Wendy's is about to tread a well-worn path across the Pacific for American fast food.
And that is the double-edged sword. On one hand, you know what you're getting, but on the other, are we sick and tired of more burgers and fries?
Will Wendy's work?
I suspect not. Opening 10 stores is really a trial. That still says to me they're trialing the market and they're unsure.
Angelique Opie, 7 News.
All right. So Australia gets one taste of Wendy's and they're like, let's reevaluate. Do we have too many burgers?
How did Carl's Jr. get to Australia before
question.
Wendy's?
Great question. Don't know the answer to that. Wahlburgers? Also, they have a Wahlburgers?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Australians seem too excited about Wendy's, even though it was explained really well. Check it out. They have square patties.
That's because Dave Thomas didn't cut corners.
They have square patties. Their inside looks like this. Their outside looks like this. They have fries. They have potatoes. They have salads. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, Connor,
another American fast food chain up in here.
Some of those burgers are clocking in at 6,000 kilojoules. You familiar with that unit of measure?
No.
Kilojoule?
Was not until I listened to that report out of Australia. So?
I mean, It's coming, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's being tested. I don't think it'll test very well based on the reception it got.
Well, yeah, if the local media is just hammering it right out of the gate.
Australians are wondering, do we have too many burgers? And I'll ask, how many burgers is too many? How many burgers is enough? I don't think there's a limit. They're really already asking the question of how many burgers is too many burgers? Ridiculous.
Yeah, what do they eat? Probably a lot of seafood? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they have Australian burgers. They
Koala?
just don't want the American burgers.
Kangaroo? What do they eat?
I'm not sure. I would assume that the cuisine is pretty similar to what we have here. It's not like a completely foreign deal.
Yeah, Australia's one of those places that's not like.
Yeah, you could go to Australia and not I
don't have to learn a language beforehand.
You wouldn't get found out very quickly.
No. They'd go,
unless you started talking.
You talk funny.
Yeah. And then you say, "Hey, do you want to go over to Wendy's for lunch?" And they'd say, "Hell no."
Have you heard of the Baconator?
Nope, don't need it.
I don't
Their
think you have.
burgers are weirdly square. I don't like how it looks.
Wait till they find out people are dipping their French fries in the frosting.
Oh yeah, people are gonna freak at that one for sure. All right.
If your business would like to fly us to Australia so we can teach people in Australia how to eat at Wendy's,
Hey, that'd be a good bit.
yeah, I would love that.
Also, a good question here from Twitter from Greg and Lincoln. If Connor makes a water TikTok, does he become the new corn kid?
It's got the juice.
I could be water kid. Josh. Okay, this is actually kind of good. There could be a parody here. Josh sits down. He asked me a couple questions about water, and I say, "It's water. You want to fix all your problems? Just drink more water."
Once I found out water was real.
Once I found out water was real, I was amazed. Yeah, I could do that, and then it would turn into a parody song of that entire thing for sure.
We'd auto-tune it like 2 weeks later, and
yep,
boom, you're a
It's
star.
water.
You could be playing the trumpet. I don't know, maybe the Illinois game in Memorial Stadium. They'd ask you,
Yeah.
"Here's the water guy."
I am one of the biggest advocates for water, for sure.
Connor Happer here for water.
I am here for water. If water wants to sponsor me, I'd be happy to accept that.
Boxed water? Are you in on boxed water?
What's boxed water?
It like at the gas station, instead of getting a bottle of water, it comes in a carton.
Like the milk carton?
Like a milk carton?
Oh yeah. I've had that before. But I wasn't the guy who was like carrying because the guys who were carrying around the big water jugs, the gallon, like milk jugs, those guys were just trying to pass drug tests.
They're trying to pass drug tests.
That's it. That's all.
Very look at me, Louie.
They were just trying to drink as much water as they possibly. They were overindulging on the water. They were using water for evil, and trying to flush the drugs out of their system prior to the drug test. That's what that's what was happening. All right, Jacob Badillo is coming up here in just a couple minutes. Why not? Why don't we take a phone call on this situation? We have Tony on the line. Hi, Tony.
Hey, guys, if we were to take this burger thing and liken it to a Nebraska football coach, so who would Tom Osborne be what burger place? Or who would Scott Frost? I mean, Scott Frost probably in and out.
Great question.
But who would you best compare a burger place to with Nebraska's football coach?
Okay. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. On the Les Hills Harley Davidson hotline, you're home in the hills. I do like the Scott Frost in and out comparison. Overrated. Overrated.
Oh, I thought you just meant his tenure here was in and out.
Oh.
But yeah, overrated is also good. Tom Osborne might be Wendy's because he too
consistent.
He too did not cut corners.
Never frozen.
Yeah. Or would he be the Runza? Just pure Nebraska.
Runza's got great burgers, man. Whoever draws the Runza comparison on this, that's gonna be the winner.
Yeah. Great question, Tony.
Mike Riley. Maybe like a vegetarian burger or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the Impossible Whopper.
That's pretty perfect, actually. West Coast guy,
Was-
Mike Riley, doesn't eat meat.
Wasn't that good in the first place, but tried to put enough stuff around him where it could work and wasn't able to do that either.
Nice guy. Nobody wants to hate the black bean burger, but we all hate the black bean burger.
And had a bad boss, Burger King. Bad boss. Okay, Bo.
What's the angriest fast food chain?
Well, remember they did the Angry Whopper?
Oh, yeah, they did. We keep coming back to Burger King for a lot
I know.
of these.
They really did a good job marketing some of these burgers.
Andy says on the YouTube stream here that Devaney was Broncos because he ate the big Bronco. Devaney was Broncos because, like the big Bronco, he was well sauced.
Nice. Nice. He ate the big Bronco. Have you tried the big Bronco? All right. If anybody has any thoughts on that, which coach is which hamburger, please let us know.
Arby's. It would be Arby's. A little different, but, oddly enough, it works.
Oh, good question from Hispanic Ralph on the text line. Can you guys get on the horn to Jazz Shelley to comment on this development down under? Inquiring minds want to know. Next time, yes, we'll ask Jazz. We'll say, hey, what do you think about Wendy's? What do you think about Wendy's invading Australia?
You good with this?
Yeah, I'll record. I'll record her, and we'll get going that way. We need an Australian's opinion. You're right. All right, we will come back. Jacob Padilla is probably angry at us because we've wasted 5 minutes just talking about which coach would be which burger.
Bo Pelini would be Smash Burger.
I felt that nice. I felt like it was pretty important. Jacob's coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Hello, I'm Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. If you've been dissatisfied with your current banking situation, maybe it's time to move to a bank that works to deserve your business. We have an engaged staff that offers exceptional personalized service. We also have a great digital banking platform. We have 2 locations at 108th and Dodge or 202nd and Pacific. So if you're looking for a superior banking relationship, give us a call at 402-827-8100. We'll answer on the first ring. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Take your science or healthcare degree to the next level at College of St. Mary and apply to one of our in-demand graduate programs. Earn a Doctor of Physical Therapy with our online on-campus hybrid program. Earn a Master of Science and Physician Assistant Studies in just 2 years, or an Occupational Therapy Doctorate in 3 years. Graduate programs at CSM are inclusive and open to everyone. Plus, we offer an accelerated pathway to several of our healthcare programs for those needing their undergraduate degree. Apply today. Get started at csm.edu.
The 2022-23 Creighton sports season holds great promise for competing for Big East and national honors, and 1620 The Zone will be there all year long. The 1620 The Jays podcast covers all of Blue Jay sports, from volleyball, soccer, and cross country in the fall to basketball in the winter, plus baseball, softball, tennis, golf, and rowing. Join me, John Bishop, along with Josh Peterson and Connor Happer each week for interviews with Creighton student athletes and coaches. It's the 1620 The Jays podcast. New episodes each Friday on 1620thezone.com and on Twitter at 1620 The Jays.
Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. New this year is Stefan's Country Drive. Antique cars where the kids are in the driver's seat. Plus, there's a new carousel. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is also opening a whole new part of the farm, the cider mill, with more than 50 other attractions included with admission. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is the place to be this fall. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard, Gretna, Nebraska. Open September 23rd.
If you love food, love fun, love fall, you'll love Alice Pumpkin Patch best of all.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
And now, the only cure for our basketball Jones. Hail Varsity's Jacob Padilla on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, baby.
Maybe that's why.
All right, once again, the obligation to fire off a basketball question right out of the gate. It hits us. What do we have to choose from today? We could go back to Robert Sarver. We could talk a little Celtics, Josh.
Jacob, question for you: is Robert Sarver, your favorite basketball team's owner, the most beneficiary of Ime Udoka, my favorite basketball team's head coach, his inability to keep it in his pants?
Yikes.
So just tying it all together, you don't want to try to squeeze a Bojan Bogdanovic trade part into that question too? Just
Look, you heard how I stumbled through that question, Jacob. I couldn't have pronounced Bogdanovic.
Actually, it's Bojan.
It's Bojan. See? Told you.
Down in Atlanta. There's two of them.
Which one was in John Wick?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I mean, Sarver's going to be around for a while because it's going to, I think, take a bit to get the sale done. But yes, certainly, Ime Udoka has garnered much of the attention today. Hats up to Woj for kind of starting the whole thing, which in really strange fashion, and then Shams coming out like, yeah, forget this. I'm just going to say what happened. Although, I mean, there's clearly still a lot of details in there that we don't know that a full season suspension is coming. But yeah, people are dumb. What can I say? People are dumb.
Yeah, it's a good response. Okay, let me ask a Nebraska basketball question. The jerseys have their own thing. Is there anything that you feel differently about this team? About now, nothing much has happened, and maybe that's a good thing. Like, they've had a really, really quiet off season. There hasn't been any drama or anything like that, and they stay relatively drama free usually. But it has been sort of an abnormally quiet off season, I feel like, for Nebraska basketball.
Yeah. Well, I nothing's really changed. I think
even though they've had coaching changes.
Yeah, that's true. That's certainly changes to the staff. We got two new coaches, and I think they got a lot of their roster changes done early, so that helped. I mean, had commitment, had a decommitment there, and with some other guys. So it's kind of, I mean, it's a wait and see mode. Like they changed gears, obviously with the coaching changes and kind of the way that they went about putting the roster together. They targeted different players than maybe they have in the past. So at this point, it's just kind of wait and see to see how that works. Like I agree with some of the changes they've made in like the philosophy and trying to go after winning players who are more fundamentally sound defensively, that are going to bring the effort and energy, all those types of things. The question is this team talented enough to take a step forward in the Big Ten? Because you're bringing guys that were lower levels and seeing if they can succeed against. How good is Sam Griesel going to be in the Big Ten compared to what he was in the Summit League? How good can Blaze Keita be coming from the JUCO ranks? Obviously, you're bringing back some key pieces from last year, but we saw how last year went. So it's just going to come down to like, all right, how good can these guys be, and how well does what are some of the changes they make to fit to the roster?
Yep.
And trying to find a way to win games in the Big Ten.
Let's move on to the football side of things. It's sort of the same question, I guess, for the defensive side of the ball too. Because I like to ask you more sort of like football, maybe not X's and O's, but like what you've seen questions. I know you like to break things down, rewatch the game, things like that. What you saw on Saturday, how do you square that up against what, and this obviously wasn't a very good defense in the first place, but what are you seeing right now for Nebraska football's defense? And then how does that play off of what they could be if they sort of do the fundamental things the right way?
Yeah, I think Saturday showed that at this point, Eric Shenander didn't have any answers. And like Mickey Joseph said, the numbers just weren't out enough. He needed to make some changes, and just I think Damon has been talking about this. Like he thought he's smart on him in terms of schematics and stuff. He said he saw a way that this defense could move forward with some schematic changes and all that, but I think Shenander fell back to what he knows and kept trying to just hope that they would do it better, and it just wasn't happening. So we'll see a shift there with new leadership. I know Mickey's been talking about taking a fresh look at basically the whole roster and giving players chances to get onto the field, and that kind of brings you back, especially with the offensive line. I think that conversation is pertinent as well. So these guys that we've seen on Saturdays, are they really clearly the best options? Because like we talk about certain offensive linemen, like, well, anybody could be better than him. Well, they're seeing these guys all week long in practice, and if coaches aren't intentionally choosing the lesser options, so if they're sticking with this guy for every snap, then they probably feel like the other guys behind them aren't better options. So like, maybe when it's so bad, you think, well, just try something just to see what happens. But also, like, coaches aren't going to make changes that they think have zero chance of success. Like, they got to go with who they think is the best. So the question, is that true? Were they really the best option, or will a fresh set of eyes kind of maybe, because coaches do get kind of, I think we saw this with the running back position last year as well. Coaches kind of get ideas of players in their head, and occasionally that'll stick, and maybe they don't see the total picture. So there's just a lot of things going into this. I don't know how quickly you can correct a lot of the fundamental problems of this team, because it's over the course, it's a result of a few years of not quite doing what they need to do.
Is there anybody? Is there anybody that comes to mind of like who you would want to see more? Because I mean, that's sort of the path you're going down. Like, who comes to mind in that conversation?
Yeah, I don't know. That's because we haven't seen a lot of those guys. I don't know how good any of those other defensive backs are.
Yep.
I think that's a spot worth experimenting with, trying to see if anybody else can do a better job, because they've really been struggling there. So that's one. Like, I don't know who it may be. They saw what we saw: Timon Lynam, Javier Morton, Deshaun Singleton. Like, basically they threw almost everybody out there for a few snaps at the end of that Oklahoma game. They just kind of rotating guys in and out just to get a few snaps on tape. So maybe one of those guys can be an answer. Maybe like, I haven't watched all the tape of the Oklahoma game yet, but just watching back the end of that Georgia Southern game, like that final drive was really rough for one corner in particular.
Yep.
And so like that's a spot where they need to, at the very least, rotate guys in and try to split the snaps instead of playing one guy the entire game, or even try a new starter there. So and not just him in particular. Like, we've seen the safeties struggle at different points. We've seen basically everybody on the defense has struggled. So that's probably where I start. I just don't know what options you have up front on the defensive line. They're already playing, I think, the guys that you can play. So, and linebacker, I mean, you've got to get Luke Reimer right. Like, we know that he's capable of being a really productive player on this team. So I don't necessarily think making a change there is correct. You just gotta hope for some better play around him and try to get him back on track doing what you know he's capable of.
Mickey Joseph talked about the other day, needing to slow down a little bit. Definitely needing to do it in the Oklahoma game, but also going forward, he said we're going to slow down. We will slow down. What do you think the right way to go about that is, or where do you think they'll settle in tempo wise on the offensive side of the ball? Because I do think they're sort of at their best when they are going with some tempo, but it obviously leaves the defense in a really tough spot. Like, where's the line there where they push and pull and find the right spot?
Yeah, maybe that's a thing where if you get a couple of successful plays in a row, then you can kind of like hurry it up. Like, all right, we got in a rhythm here. We know what's working. Then we don't need to huddle here. Let's just get on the next play, up the tempo a little bit, try to put the defense on its heels. And Mickey said, like, I think it'll be situational. It'll be depend on who they're playing that week, and so I think that'll maybe will be the case. It's like, all right, are we playing well? Do we feel good about the calls that we're making here for the defensive looks we're getting? Our quarterback's in a rhythm here. All right, let's hurry up and let's push this a little bit. And then see if we can kind of get the defense on its heels that way. So, yeah, because it's like you said, that we have seen some good like tempo stretches from this team, and you don't necessarily want to take it away because you're so worried about the defense. You need to do. I mean, the best way to get the defense rest is to stay on the field and to have success and move the ball, and that's so. You got to do whatever it takes to give yourself the best chance to be successful. So it's kind of a balancing act. Like, you got to know, like, all right, the defense is just on the field for 10 plays. We cannot have a quick 3 and out here to put them back out there. So going to need a really good play here. We're going to need to get a good gain on first down. Let's get this drive going. Let's take our time. Let's make the right calls here. And then you can kind of up the aggressiveness later on, or maybe another drive after a 3 and out and a quick punt or something like that. So it's just, I think, staying cognizant of the game situation, of what the defense has just done, like where the offense is on the field, all those types of things. I think, again, situational. That's what coaches are going to have to be on top of when they're making these decisions.
Well, with a Jay Allen out now for the season, which is a huge bummer because he was really, really coming on there. Now it turns over to, mostly Anthony Grant, as it was the first couple games, and you get a little bit more Gabe Ervin now too. Man, you can talk a little bit about the AJ Allen thing, how disappointing that is, I think, for this season. Because if you want to get anything out of the season, it probably comes from the young guys and trying to keep those guys around, and B, sort of develop them a little bit. So it's a huge bummer in that regard. But also, I think there was a scenario where in a couple weeks, he could have been Nebraska's best and most dependable back. Like, so it was just so disappointing to hear that news and see that happen on Saturday. What do you think that looks like at that spot? Are we just back to Anthony Grant and then, fill in the holes the rest of it?
Yeah, like you said, that was really disappointing. He was pretty fun to watch, and I think starting to get more confident as the season went on, and they were starting to feature him a little bit more. The good news is Gabe Ervin Jr. did look pretty good at the end of that Oklahoma game. They ran some nice plays for him, got him some good gains up the middle. I mean, it's disappointing to lose your talented true freshman for the season, but maybe it opens the door to another good story. And Irvin coming back off the injury, kind of inserting himself back into that mix and being a good compliment for Grant there. He'll have to go out and earn it. Obviously, we saw they tried to ease him in a little bit, a few snaps here and there, and it went poorly the first couple of games, which understandable coming off of missing so much time, and it's hard to get out there for 2 plays and to make an impact. But I think that's the one good thing is like they've got some bodies back there, and hopefully Grant will continue to kind of learn and figure out how to be successful in the Big Ten, kind of blend some of the highlight reel stuff that he did earlier in the season with understanding when and where he can get away with that, and figure out how to get the tough yards. But I still think they'll be okay there if they get decent enough run blocking. Because again, they liked Irvin last year. They like him enough now to kind of keep him involved and try to get him back going. And now that'll pay off at the end of that Oklahoma game. Hopefully, give him some confidence and put some tape out there for him. It's like, all right, I can do this again. I'm back. I can help this team.
All right, Jacob, we will let you go. Appreciate you taking the time as always, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good.
Jacob Padilla of Hail Varsity. Wow, Josh, trying to cut him off really.
I didn't like his answer to my Ime Udoka question.
Would you like the floor for a couple minutes?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I just want to ask who would cheat on Neil Long.
It seems like you wanted to talk about.
I just wanted to get it out there. That Robert Sarver.
Hey,
big benefactor from this.
What's up with that? Just feels like there's always something going on with the Celtics.
They cannot get out of their own way. Always something.
Is he going to be suspended for the whole year?
It sure seems that way. The rumored reporting along this whole way overnight has been confirmed several hours later. So I'm expecting it.
On who he was engaging with?
A lot of rumors on that, a lot of discourse on the Twitter that maybe we shouldn't be speculating about which female staffer this was.
Oh, good take.
There's people doing Twitter threads of, okay, here's every female staffer of the Boston Celtics. Let's go through one by one.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that, guys.
No.
That's not. How about a little decorum?
Yeah, don't do that.
If I could awkwardly change the subject, Trev just spoke.
Trev?
To the media.
Where's Trev talking?
He's talking outside the building there.
What?
He said there's 1,000 tickets still available for the Indiana game, and the sellout streak is a week-by-week thing now. He also announced
1,000 tickets for the Indiana game. You think 1,000 more people are going to randomly want to go to the game on Saturday?
I don't know.
Now
they'll get rid of them.
I will say yes, exactly. That is well within the standard deviation of like the realm of we're gonna.
The children will be at the game
go away.
in full force.
Yeah.
He also announced the search firm that will handle the hiring of the next head football coach.
Oh, good. Which lawyer is this?
Collegiate Sports Associates.
Oh, that sounds real and cool and normal.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fake at all. They are based out of North Carolina. They hired all 3.
Matt Rule, come on down.
They hired all 3 Nebraska ADs, Trev Alberts, as well as
Trev, this is collusion. Trev is using the search party that hired him to hire the coach.
But they also hired Marcus Blossom at Creighton and Adrian Dow at Omaha. And here's the head football coaches they've hired. Lincoln Riley at USC.
Good hire.
Jake Dickert at Washington State.
Good hire. Made the list.
That's a name that's coming up more and more. Also, one of the more interesting hires they've made.
Where are you seeing this? Where are you getting this information?
I went to the Collegiate Sports Associates website, and they tout who they've gotten hired.
Would you look at this?
A little research.
This is why you're great, Josh. You looked it up.
Luke Fickell, Cincinnati. And I'm not saying that they would lean towards people they've worked with before, but I'm also saying that's how corporate America works.
So you're saying Lincoln Riley to Nebraska.
Confirmed.
After 1 year at USC, Lincoln's coming to the Big Ten.
Well, it's him.
He couldn't stand another year of not being in the Big Ten.
That's right.
Would you take the deal of Lincoln Riley being the coach here for 1 year and then he would go back to USC once they join the Big Ten? I would not.
No, it's just
that would be a stupid deal.
Yeah, just fool's gold. Jay Norvell at Colorado State. It's working out well for the Rams, right?
Jay Norvell, yeah. He's been here before. He knows what's going on.
Jeff Monken at Army.
Oh, no. Now, Jeff Monken's a good coach, but people always want to run the option, and it triggers me.
I know.
The triple option.
Hey, this is interesting. They're touting that they got John Shire hired at Duke.
I'm pretty sure that was not a search party.
Yeah. Shaka Smart, Marquette.
So didn't they do a search party when they hired Scott too?
I believe they did, yes.
That was the dumbest thing of all time. It's the biggest waste of money.
Oh, they got Tim Miles hired at San Jose State.
There you go.
Chris Crutchfield hired at Omaha.
Wow. They're getting everybody hired.
Mm-hmm. They do a lot of work.
So I always wonder what they're looking at in those. Like, how much are they looking at the situation that they're in right now and like what would be a good fit?
Yeah, what do they do versus what we're doing where, okay, here's our list of 10 guys. Like, go contact their agents and find them.
What is their criteria? What are they looking for the most in the search firms?
Those search firms typically don't talk to people like us afterwards, but I do have questions, like just on a general level, like
how does it work?
Yeah, what is it that you do?
Yeah, that's all. That's something we could maybe gather more information on. Investigative report. Sellout streak. Do we think it's going to survive?
He also added, I know I care about the search firm more, but you people probably care about the sellout streak more. There are tickets still available for Illinois, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it rots out to the point where you're worried about some of those games at the end of the year. I'm sort of more concerned for the next two, which are Indiana and Illinois. Like,
okay.
What if they lose the next three? Indiana, Rutgers, and Purdue. And they will be,
and everybody says we don't need to go watch Illinois.
They'll
Nebraska.
be 1-6 at the time, and Illinois comes to town. It'll be a 11 a.m. kick.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that game sells out?
Because I can sell you on Minnesota. Like that's becoming a bitter rivalry. Like there's a little bit of hatred there. Wisconsin, like that's a helmet game within the Big Ten. Like I could sell you that, even though like, oh, Wisconsin's really good. Nebraska might not be so good.
You know, like you can even look deeper into it too. We were just talking about this a little bit with Jacob. Like, you know what sucks? Nebraska is not going to have a Jay Allen the rest of the year. And not that would be the difference between a sellout and not a sellout. But you're looking at some of the newer guys and, all right, what could our future look like? They're not going to have a Jay Allen. They're not going to have Teddy Prohaska. Who knows what's going to happen with your quarterback next year? Like, who knows what's going to happen with your defense? So why are you going? Why are you going to the games? What are you supporting? You're just doing it because out of obligation. I guess.
That's what we do. I love a tailgate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It could die. And here's the other thing. I mean, just like Scott Frost getting fired, I don't know that it's that significant of a deal.
Yeah,
Like, it makes some waves, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know that anybody's like, Trev, come on, we could have saved this. This is all we had left. Like, I don't think there's that sort of reaction to it if the sellout streak dies.
There was always sort of this, well, I don't want to be the AD or I don't want to be the football coach whose watch this dies on. But
yeah,
now
I think it's
now
okay
I think
now.
it's now I think it's kind of like, you know what? Hell of a run.
Now, what I am sort of, because I think we get really flippant with that of like, okay, so what? The sellout streak that's been propped up on whatever for the last 5-10 years. So what? We actually say out loud that it dies. Here's what I would be concerned about. And I don't think many people have thought about this part. As soon as you say, okay, this game isn't a sellout anymore, and we're not holding the sellout streak we don't have the sellout streak anymore. People sort of lose that pull, that gravitational pull, that obligation that we just talked about to go to these games for the sole purpose of either A, keeping it alive or doing it because they do it. You will have then broken the dam of like, oh, I'm allowed to not go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just not go.
I do think there is a section of the fan base though that like, there's tickets available. A, I either never get to go, so I'll go because I can get tickets easily. And B, the sellout streak's going to die. I got to go. I got to do my part.
Yeah.
This is the only thing we have right now as a fan base. Let's go to the game, kids.
I wonder what the first game after the sellout streak ends will look like. Like, are there 70,000 people there, or are people wanting to go because then they could say, "Oh, I was back at the first sellout." Because they'll start another streak or whatever.
Yeah, is that the thing? Like, okay, we can all as a fan base exhale because the sellout streak's over, so I don't have to go to the next game.
That's what I think.
Or do they rally and go, yeah, let's do it again.
I think
run
that
it
is
back.
An underrated part of why you don't want to lose the sellout streak. First of all, because it's great to say, and the fans are still great. The fans are still fantastic, but it's good to put a number with it. We've sold out every game since 1960, whatever. But yeah, so I would be sort of concerned about if you lose it, does the dam break on? Oh, you've told me now I don't have to go, so I won't have to. I'm not going to go. And then once you don't go, do you get those people back? Maybe there's some good there. Maybe there's some bad there. Maybe Nebraska needs a little turnover in the stadium. I don't know. There's a lot of dynamics, I think, at play there.
Well, not with those fickle students who just leave at the drop of a hat, Connor.
Did you see the students? They tried to not show it, but it gets in the background of some of those shots. Did you see the students? I mean, it was like it was like the second quarter.
I did. It was. And
I'm not blaming anybody, but my God, there was like 6 people there. I'm not kidding. All right, we'll come back. We have some tweets, questions on that we can get going forward. Sicilian Stiletto tweets in, by the way, on the JTech Instructions on Twitter feed. Is Collegiate Sports Associates borrowing your wheel of coaches? They can for a small fee.
Yeah, small fee, very small. We will give them the list and loan them out the wheel or instructions on how to build a wheel of their own.
Yep, and they can use our grading system as well.
Yeah, we got the files. It's all documented, rubber stamped. We can pass it on to them.
We are, in a sense, collegiate. What is it called? Collegiate Associate Sports.
Collegiate Sports Associates?
Yeah, that's what we are, really, in a sense. We're providing our own information on a search just publicly to the masses. All right, we'll come back with more. Bruntz still to join at the bottom of the noon hour. We're up next in the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on The Crossover.
Did you know they canceled every funeral because of the Queen's funeral?
What? Nobody can die anymore.
Nobody's allowed to get buried right now. And there's some religions that you have to be buried within 24 hours.
This is why we broke away from these people, because they're stupid.
A whole bunch of bodies in England just rotting.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Above ground.
Sharp and betting in the morning. The Connor Happer Show. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 6A to 6P. 1620. The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Fall arrives today, and it will feel like it. Expect mainly cloudy skies throughout the day, staying cool with highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
More with Connor and Josh after this.
We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man.
On 1620 The Zone.
Dingman's Mechanical Repair. Service is at the heart of our business. Visit us at dingmansmechanical.com.
It's 42 Degrees 10th anniversary sale, and we have great deals for you. Want to save up to 75% on Kratom, CBD, Delta products, pipes, vaporizers, e-juice, candles, and more? Then go to any 42 Degree location. Talk with the most knowledgeable, friendly, professional staff with savings up to 75%. That's right, save up to 75% during our 10th anniversary sale at The Source, 42 Degrees, by your mom's house.
This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Husker football season is underway, and my friends at Tickets for Less are here for all your Husker ticketing needs, home and away. You want to secure tickets for the next game, or you need to sell your seats for a future game, Tickets for Less can help. Shop the best selection of Husker tickets now at ticketsforless.com, or you can call and order over the phone at 402-398-1999. If you love your Huskers and saving money, ticketsforless.com should be your go-to spot with no per-ticket fees. You can always save big over the competition. Shop today at ticketsforless.com.
On the south side, we got 6 poly panels, and please make sure they're flush.
Kwame is converting everyone on the block to solar power.
Please get a crew to wrap up 202 South Dwayne.
He needs more certified installers before the sun sets on his business boom.
Let's pick up the pace. We got a long day.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hurry into the energy savings event at Lowe's. Save energy and save money on select major appliances, including Whirlpool energy efficient appliances. You can also save with the smart thermostat. Right now, select Google Nest Learning thermostats are $60 off. Plus, find other great energy saving items throughout the store and check your eligibility for rebates in your area to save even more. Don't miss the energy savings event at Lowe's. Selection varies by location. Exclusions apply. Visit Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 9/28.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, Omaha. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Nebraska, Cornhuskers, Creighton, Blue Jays, Hawkeye, Cyclones, Chiefs, and Royals.
Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Make the right call, fans. The Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
Rooferees.
All right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson back with you in the Connor Happer Show, 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Greg and Lincoln says lots of underprivileged kids will be subjected to bad football.
Yeah, Indiana and Illinois are bad, right, guys?
Nice.
Right?
Thank you, Josh. Ethan tweets in, he says, I don't think the sellout streak will die. What I do think is people will do what I did and give up on road games. I was supposed to go to the Purdue game, and after last weekend, we just sold our tickets and didn't book a hotel.
Oh, yeah. It'd be tough to justify the expense with traveling.
Yeah. You approach it. It just depends on how you approach it. Like, if I'm going on a road trip to watch a Nebraska football game, or that's going to be part of the road trip, either A, yes, it's going to either make or break my weekend depending on what Nebraska does, and I'm going to engage with everything, or you could just say, oh, I'm in a cool and I'm in a different place, and there's a Nebraska football game here.
Like, the big house still has some pull.
Yeah.
Iowa's the Iowa game, you know. I don't see myself getting out to Piscataway on a Friday night.
People love traveling to Nebraska football games. They will use it as an excuse to go to a Nebraska football game.
You know, Connor, hot take. It was better when you could drive everywhere when these games were closer. Manhattan, Lawrence, Ames.
I happen to agree with you.
Not
Nebraska
enough
to the
people
Big
talk
12?
about that. Confirmed.
We're going back to the Big 12.
They're just going to take a Big 12 coach, so why not just join?
Speaking of Big 12 coaches, Mike Gundy. Hired at Nebraska? No, I wish. But 15 years ago today, he was a man and he was 40.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Wait, it's his birthday, or it was 15 years ago? Or I saw the video going around and said it was 15 years ago today.
Yeah, I associate that with being his birthday.
Is it his birthday?
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
Let's check. It is not his birthday.
Oh, that's sad.
His birthday was August 12th. So 15 years ago, he had just turned 40. Today, he turned 55. Well, about 6 weeks ago, and he is a man.
What a great quote this guy is. He just had one this week about Bedlam.
What do you say about Bedlam this week?
Oklahoma killed Bedlam so they can chase the money. I mean, he was dead right about it, but
this is my off the wall name that nobody is talking about that I want desperately to be the head coach at Nebraska.
He's been there 17 years. It would take a lot to get him out of there.
This is my Urban Meyer. Like what the fan base is doing with Urban Meyer of like, yeah, this probably isn't going to happen, but I'm going to just keep perpetuating it and saying it over and over again because he wins football games and I really like him. This is my Urban Meyer. Give me Gundy. Go ask Gundy. What's wrong? Trev, search for him. Go to Stillwater. It's not that far away. People forget that, like Josh just said.
I do like putting him in the category of make him say no.
Yeah.
Like
he's been rumored with this job before. I think he has an appreciation for Nebraska. When people talk about fit all the time, would it be a fit? Well, he has a mullet or had a mullet and wears visors, has been in the Big 12 his entire life. And
I mean, remember what that team was before he got there?
No, and that's the point.
They're 9th in the country right now.
And they do it in so many different ways. Oh, he's not a fit because they just throw it around the yard. Have you guys watched Big 12 football for like the last 2 years? Have you watched Oklahoma State football? There's some tough ass defenses on there.
Yeah, they've changed. They have not changed the perception of that conference, but on the field, X's and O's, that conference is different than it was.
It is way better coached than I think people give it credit for. And, offensively, if you want to talk about, they're going to throw the ball over the yard, run the ball, whatever, they run it more than they throw it. Like there is when them and Baylor got together in the Big 12 championship game last year, and like there have been some real good grinder football games. I'm just saying, good coaches are able to adjust to the personnel that they have, and they can see what's going on around them, and they can hire great people. Mike Gundy hired Jim Knowles. He lost him to Ohio State. Guess what their defense has not done? Take a step back. right? Like that he has an eye for this thing. Gundy's one of my faves. I think people play him off as like, oh, this is kind of a weirdo, and he's doing it at cute old little Oklahoma State.
I mean, they're 9th in passing in the country.
I'm all the way in.
68th in the country in rushing yards, 11th in points scored, 73rd in points against.
73rd in points against now?
Yeah. 22-7. Like it's not like they're giving up 40 a game.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave up 44 to Central Michigan, but
they did.
Yeah. Arizona State only got 17 on them. Arkansas Pine Bluff only got 7 on them. You'll find out a lot more about how good Oklahoma State is in 2 weeks. They're on a bye this week. They play at Baylor on the 1st.
Travis says Gundy no longer has to deal with T. Boone Pickens griping at Oklahoma State. He runs the show completely now. No reason to. Like, he's not leaving. I'm just saying, you don't know until you ask.
There's something to that. Like, oh, hey, nobody ever asked me.
I just think there's got to be a couple guys out there who we're not talking about, who are not Matt Campbell or Lance Leipold or Urban Meyer, even though that's not real, and Chris Kleiman and Bill O'Brien. Like, there's got to be a couple. Like, we're going to have so much time to go through all this stuff. The focus is not going to be exclusively on those 4 guys. It can't be. Or Dave Aranda, if you want to add a 5th. Like, there's no way that they're going to spend the entirety of the 10 weeks that they're going to have to make this decision just on those 4 or 5 guys, getting background on those 4 or 5 guys. They're going to get everything they can get on those guys because they are going to be candidates for the job. There's got to be a couple more out there that Trev's thinking, man, I think we could put a package together here.
Right? Like, you have time to kick the tires on a
Yes.
candidate.
Yes.
Like, there's no reason to, I want Coach X, and you go out and get Coach X, and he says yes. Like, there's no reason it has to be that way. Like, I guess it's efficient for time and resources, but
take a crack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's as simple as, because Bill Moose always put it this way, and Trev said it a little bit differently, but Moose had a list and in his drawer, and he would just go down the list, and he would do one candidate at a time. And if he missed on the first one, you mark him off and you go to the second one. Like, they have enough time here. Trev and search firm have enough time here, and whoever else is involved, to, like, it doesn't have to be linear. Like, oh, we're going to take a look at this guy and make him say no, and then we'll move on if he says no. It's, you walk in the door, you shake hands, maybe you gauge some interest, you walk out, you reconvene, and you come back another time.
you sit down, you have a steak with another man.
It's man to man.
And you talk about the
This
business.
is a man's business.
Maybe you have a whiskey drink to tie it on at the end. Just one, though, because you don't want to get sloppy when you're talking business.
I saw the mullet up close and personal at a Kansas City hotel a couple of years ago in the summer. It was glorious. It was just a beautiful thing. I was in awe. Truly.
Do you think the media here and the fan base could handle the
isms?
Temperament? Yeah, the isms of Mike Gundy.
I don't think we'd handle it very well, but I think he'd win football games.
Like, I don't
think we handle much of anything very well, though, Josh. Like when
that's true.
Like when they end up inevitably hiring Matt Campbell here, people are going to probably convince themselves that he's like, well, look at his record. People have already halfway convinced themselves that he's Mike Riley, which is nonsensical to me.
I mean,
Nebraska has done so many different things. They've hired, I said this right at the beginning, they've hired so many different coaches from so many different backgrounds over the last 20 years. There's going to be similarities in the next coach that they hire to one of them. And you say, well, oh, look, they got a hot-headed defensive coordinator. He's Bo Pelini. I don't think people would be that mad about it. Oh, look, they got a old, experienced West Coast guy. He's Mike Riley. They got a guy who, maximized what he had, but, never really won that big. He's Mike Riley. They got a young, up-and-coming hotshot offensive coordinator. He's Scott Frost.
Yeah.
That's
going to happen.
Just hire the best coach you can.
I know Gundy has this rep as a hothead. Is he actually, though? Like 15 years ago, he yelled at a guy and said that he was 40.
No, he's not. He says some crazy things, but he's not very yelly.
He says some weird things. Like, I think he's a little more honest than a lot of coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very yelly, though.
Yeah.
Turns red occasionally.
Yeah, I think that's just him. That might be the heat.
All the orange.
Yeah, all the orange. Yeah. When you're wearing nothing but orange, your red skin's going to pop a little more.
The orange background.
Hey, you know the best way to cover your red face, Mike? Red polo.
Yeah.
Little scarlet and cream.
There we go. All right. We'll come back with more. Actually, we'll come back with the odd news next on 1620 The Zone. But DMB, Dave Matthews Band, they're bringing their fall 2022 tour to the Chai on November 12th. You can listen all this week to the morning show, Sharp Betting in the Morning, to win a pair of tickets to the show. And you can check out all the details at 1620thezone.com.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we're in the Music City as Carr, Adams, and the Las Vegas Raiders tussle with King Henry and the Tennessee Titans.
Touchdown, Tennessee!
Then it's off to the desert as dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals host Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, and the super champion Los Angeles Rams. It's the Raiders at the Titans, then the Rams at the Cardinals. This Sunday on Sports USA.
If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone.
There are actually two kinds of cigars. The first is the one you smoke with beloved family and friends. The second, the one you enjoy with friends you've just met. And you'll find both at Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge. At Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge, there's a well-stocked humidor with some of the best bands from around the world and a bar with your favorite cocktails and other drinkables. So what do you say? Which cigar will you be enjoying tonight? Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge, just off I-680 and 48th Street next to Cubby's.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's time for the gates to open. And pure evil to be released.
Scary Acres is back. Omaha's ultimate haunted attractions. The Master's Castle, House on the Hill, the Haunted Woods. Scary Acres now open. 172nd and Giles. Sponsored in part by Stereo West, Raising Cane's, and Hy-Vee.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.73% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and included 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
That is right. It's time for the odd news. Josh, as the purveyor of odd news. Hello and welcome.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Very excited.
We begin in Bristol, I guess.
Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, you're familiar, right?
home of ESPN.
That is correct. Scott Van Pelt.
Oh yeah, get the dog poop.
Yeah, he had a dog poop.
So he had the whole emotional story about his dog and how he loved his dog and did that really well. And that dog died, Otis, right? And
correct.
Now, recently, he just put out on Twitter, it was really just a couple days ago, I think. He said, I got a new dog.
Got a new puppy.
And I don't know, what's this dog's name? Do we know?
Redding.
This is Redding. Oh, Otis, got it.
Yeah.
And
I believe Red is what they call the dog.
there you go. And he was, go ahead. You can say the rest of it.
That's okay. He had to take a timeout from a podcast appearance this week because his puppy dropped a deuce on the floor in the background of the camera shot. You know, podcasts, radio shows, they're all on YouTube now. We started this trend and everyone else has followed us.
Still AM radio.
That's right. SVP joined the Ringer's Kevin Clark for a taping of Slow News Day, and things appeared to be going smoothly. They chatted for a few seconds, and at one point, they noted, hey, new dog in the background. Congratulations. Tell us about it. And then the conversation turned towards Van Pelt's old coworker, Ryan Rosillo, who spells his name like a jerk.
Ryan.
Yes. The doggo popped a squat and did his business right there on the hardwoods. Van Pelt paused mid-sentence and told Kevin Clark, hold on, Red's taking a bleep.
Nice.
And then called for a 20-second timeout so he could clean it up.
And this all happens on the podcast.
On the
Did
podcast.
it stay in? Like we can view this?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Like you're definitely not taking that out, right?
That's, oh, God, no.
No.
Not if you're smart.
Yeah, you're leaving that in.
Yeah.
Because then it goes
You're
on the
just
news.
dying
and,
for something like that to happen.
yeah, someone talks about it on a radio show, and you go, that's interesting. I'd like to see Scott Van Pelt's dog drop a deuce.
Mm-hmm. And how he reacts to it.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, is it time for me to talk about dogs?
Yeah, if you got a take, now's the time.
I just don't understand how people put themselves through that willingly. Like the dog is gonna crap everywhere. I've never met a tiny little dog who doesn't crap everywhere.
Sure. There's a training process initially.
So that's it. You are, by bringing this animal into your house, you are admitting that your stuff's gonna get ruined. He's gonna crap on your floor, and you know you're gonna have to watch him 24/7 because you don't know what he's gonna do next. Like it's just that's just your life, and you have accepted it, even though nobody is making you do this.
Literally, what you just described.
It's a kid.
It can also be.
Oh,
described
you're
as a
Happer. You're
child.
gonna be really excited when you have a kid. That's what everybody always says to me. It's a kid.
The difference is
It's a child. It's a child. This is part of life. You have children.
Diaper contains the poop.
Yes.
Whereas a dog generally not wearing a diaper.
No, my kid's not crapping on the floor. I'll tell you that. There's ways to prevent that.
Trying to think.
Guard against it.
My kid never dropped trow on the floor. No.
I would hope not. Would hope not.
He'd be an outside kid if he was, am I right? Chained up out in the back.
That's all.
I just want to make it very clear. My child is not chained up anywhere. He's a free range child. EA Sports.
Good clarification.
It's in the game.
EA Sports.
That's right. They're just released a clip from FIFA 23.
FIFA? Oh, I thought this was going to be about NCAA
soccer.
Football 24.
No, we don't have a lot of hard details on that yet. I don't know. Maybe we do, and I just haven't seen them. But starting later this month, they are adding Ted Lasso and his team, AFC Richmond, to the video game. This is all really just an excuse for Connor to tell us that he doesn't watch Ted Lasso and he couldn't imagine Ted Lasso being good in any way, shape, or form.
You know, part of what you do, part of what I try to do here is get to a point where you guys really know me at a fundamental level. So if you can predict what I'm going to say, and these two topics have been really right in the sweet spot for this. Then that's good. That means you know me. But unfortunately, that is what I was going to say, and I have nothing else to say about it.
It's not fun now that I've now that I got to that point first.
Yeah, I don't know. Ted, people seem to be excited about Ted Lasso.
The character played by Jason Sudeikis will be a playable manager in career mode on FIFA 23. FIFA players can also manage AFC Richmond, Lasso's team in the hit show. In FIFA's Premier League or any other playable career mode. I don't know what a lot of that means because I have not played a video game in decades. That's not to denigrate those who do. I just don't.
Usually when there will be a fake team that maybe it's in a movie or something like that, they will have this ability on the game to have the community, you can create it and then you can download it. Because somebody else has just created it at home. It's cool that they're actually putting it in the game.
Little DLC. Yeah. I know that term.
Yeah, it's DLC, but it's not from the game. It's from like the community.
Yeah.
It's from a vault.
Okay, you go in there and you search hashtag.
That's right.
Create a wiki 2419.
They do these with like Madden, future Madden draft class. So maybe you're in your second, third, fourth year on Madden and you need the accurate draft class. Well, somebody out there has imported the players and put them in there, and you can download them. But in this case, the game's just doing it for you, which is nice.
And finally, we go to Texas. Another story about fast food. It's a theme today. Fast food employees told police that a Houston robbery suspect told them, "It's my first robbery." And left empty-handed. The fast food workers refused to open the cash register for the suspect, Houston police said. A man walked into a Houston fast food establishment and told employees it was his first robbery.
Armed?
And left empty-handed. Couldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're the cashier, does it make you more concerned that because he might be a wild card, it's his first robbery, like he might actually do something here, or
he doesn't know how to play it?
Or would you try and power move him and say, "Okay, sorry,
not happening,
not on me, not today. I've been behind this counter for 46 years. My dad built this business with his bare hands." You picked the wrong business. Go next door.
I love this little world you've created.
That's it, though.
I know. An unknown individual entered the restaurant, walked up to an employee standing behind the counter, and asked for, "Hey, you got change for 100?" As the employee turned around to ask his manager, the wannabe robber displayed a handgun. Okay. And
he was armed.
Told the employees it was his first robbery and demanded money from the register.
"This is my first robbery.
I've never done this before." The manager refused to open the register. The suspect tried to negotiate with the manager, but failed. Isn't the gun the negotiating tactic? The robber,
if it's used properly.
The robber grew frustrated and left the store. They're asking for the public's assistance as they look for a 17 to 25-year-old male wearing a black shirt, armed with a handgun. I'm sure that won't be hard to find.
First robbery.
Thwarted.
Kid's first robbery. You can put a little plaque on the wall when you get home.
0-1 career record at the robbery.
Didn't go very well.
No.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. Bruntz is coming up at the bottom of the hour. We still have Big Ten power rankings with tiers. We could talk about NFL ratings. We do have an NFL game tonight. Steelers-Browns. I wondered this morning, what's the total of that game right now? The answer?
9.5.
According to FanDuel Sportsbook, 37.5. Not far off, Josh. We'll come back with more in the noon hour of the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Here are your 3 Chop House cheeseburgers. Enjoy your Sonic.
Do you think they need to bring them to us on like a fancy tray, like the?
I think like a platter.
We need a maitre d'.
Yes, sorry. Joffrey, I'll take another, please. Heavy on the Chop House, please. An aioli.
Elevate your taste buds with the all-new Sonic Chop House cheeseburger, decadently layered with crispy onion strings and covered in a creamy Chop House aioli. For a limited time, only at Sonic. Limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Email Sharpen Betting on the Equitable Bank inbox with whatever is on your mind. The Zone inbox is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. You can get me at Gary at 1620thezone.com. We want to hear from you on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Crazy, I'm thinking just a Saturday, November 12th, CHI Health Center.
Yeah, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say. You were meant together.
Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday, September 22nd at 10 p.m. before the general public on sale Friday, September 23rd at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Live Nation.
NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream live, local, and primetime regular season games on your phone or tablet, 45-minute game replays, and more. That's how you do it right there. This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Wherever you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com/radio and start your free trial of NFL Plus today. Terms and conditions apply.
This Friday, Josh, we're going to the best concession stand in the state. Cannot wait to get back to Roncalli. I'm going to eat so much food. Omaha Roncalli High School is where we will be this Friday, 2 to 6. Join us on 1620 The Zone and at Roncalli.
Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. New this year is Stefan's Country Drive. Antique cars where the kids are in the driver's seat. Plus, there's a new carousel. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is also opening a whole new part of the farm, the cider mill, with more than 50 other attractions included with admission. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is the place to be this fall. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard, Gretna, Nebraska. Open September 23rd.
If you love food, love fun, love fall, you'll love Alice Pumpkin Patch best of all.
Genesis Health Clubs is celebrating its 36th anniversary, and you're invited. Join for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. Hi, I'm Rodney Stephen, owner of Genesis Health Clubs, thanking you for the last 36 years. Without you, we wouldn't be here, and we're here for your results. We're here to help you feel better, look better, and have more energy, and be able to enjoy all life has to offer by improving your health. Celebrate Genesis Health Club's 36th anniversary by joining today for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. That's 36 years of results, 36 years of better mood, concentration, and focus, 36 years of crushed goals, 36 years of mental and physical strength, 36 years of members achieving their absolute best, and now it's your turn. So get fit, have fun, and celebrate 36 years with us. Join Genesis Health Clubs for just 36 cents and the rest of the year for free. Find your fitness home at genesishealthclubs.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. You'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Cubby's supports the PACE program with Raise Some Dough. For every large pizza sold at Cubby's in the Old Market, Cubby's gives $1 to the Police Athletic League, serving at-risk and disadvantaged inner-city children with athletic and educational programs. PACE has over 5,800 program participants. The league reaches kids that would not normally be able to participate in athletics like soccer and baseball due to financial situations and family dynamics. PACE wants to give every kid the opportunity at athletics and a healthy and safe environment. If you'd like to support PACE too, go to paceomaha.org.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, we're back noon hour of the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. While I was giving my case for Mike Gundy, not his birthday, by the way, but 55-year-old Mike Gundy to be the head coach at Nebraska, Jeremy tweeted at us.
Hi, Jeremy.
He says, day 11 without a head football coach. Day 11. I turned on 1620 The Zone on my commute home last night on Sportsmanlike Conduct, talking about the coaching change. Going to work this morning, sharp and bending, talking about the coaching change. Taking a walk out over lunch, flip on the Connor Happer Show. He's talking about the coaching change. And I would say this. Yeah, I think we're going to talk about the coaching change quite a bit. Not gonna shy away from that one, Josh.
It's going to come up.
Yeah, it's going to come up.
We got thoughts.
There will be a wheel. There's only so many thoughts. By the way, can we have another pat on the back for ourselves for still not talking about Urban? Great job by us.
Yep. Good content decision.
We're just going to wait until the story dies. We're just going to let it float away.
Mm-hmm.
And then Urban Meyer will not be the coach here. And that'll be good. We will have not talked about it, not given it any attention, except for us patting ourselves on the back for not talking about it. Great job by us.
Go us.
But yes. By the way, thank you for listening all the time, Jeremy. And yeah, I imagine it's going to take up a lot of our content over the next 8 months or 8 weeks. 8 months, no.
Jeremy added that it's a bye week. He gets it.
Oh, I think we'd be talking about this if there was a game on Saturday.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be talking about this next week.
Yep. What do you think about the next week? Do you think we'll talk about it then?
Short week.
Well, maybe there's not as much time for
Not enough time.
But this week we got the Bruce Feldman thing, and he sort of whittled down the candidates at least a little bit, and then we can make our, it feels like a guy has, well, especially when we spin the wheel on our show.
Yeah, no other show has a wheel.
There's a segment for each of those people, but also, we can stand up here and say, here's what I want. Here's who we should maybe take a look at. I like this idea. And that was my plea to take a trip down to Stillwater and say hello to the mullet. Well, the former mullet. On not his 55th birthday.
Former mullet?
Former mullet, Mike Gundy.
Did he cut the mullet?
Yeah, he's mulletless now, isn't he?
Really?
Or am I getting that confused with another former mullet guy? Should I type in Mike Gundy mullet status?
Mullet watch.
I think it's pretty tame. Yeah.
Mike Gundy explains decision to cut his infamous mullet.
Yeah.
July of 21.
I mean, he's definitely still party in the back for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not quite as significant as it used to be.
It's not as flowing.
No.
Okay.
Man, he was really Joe Dirtin it there for a second.
He was. It was also like the business end was also high.
Yeah.
It's just a waterfall of hair, which I guess is why it's called what's it called? An Arkansas waterfall?
Also, have you noticed this? Yeah, I believe that's right. Have you noticed this trend of people in football wearing sunglasses on the sideline, especially like during night games now? Did Lamar Jackson start this?
I have not noticed this.
Remember when Lamar Jackson got out his Oakleys and has that picture just standing there on the sideline?
I do.
I'm just looking through pictures of Mike Gundy now, and he's wearing sunglasses at night. What's going on? I have no idea. But
Stadium lights are bright.
People are doing this in the NFL now, too. People get the pit vipers out, and you start rocking them on the sideline. Not sure what's going on. What's going on with sunglasses?
This is what Lamar does. He wears sunglasses on the sidelines.
Good email here from John on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, John.
Jeremy, you do understand you are listening to a sports talk radio station that puts a lot of focus on the University of Nebraska football, correct? What do you expect when you Here there is an active coaching search. What's going on with Nebraska fall baseball? I will also say this. We've spread it around quite a bit as well. Like, you can't spend, 12 hours every day talking about who the candidates are and their viability.
We did that Wendy's segment.
Yeah, but you could probably spend 4. So you caught us at the wrong time or the right time.
We didn't get to Sleepy Chicken yesterday. We got nuclear war stories to tell later in the show.
That's true.
We got to get to that because I purposefully didn't put it in the odd news because we were going to talk about it later.
Okay, why don't we do it right now?
Okay.
A Utah student, University of Utah student, has been arrested for threatening to detonate a nuclear reactor if Utah lost on Saturday. Now, Utah did not lose on Saturday, so the nuclear reactor was not detonated when Utah beat San Diego State. She was booked into Salt Lake County Jail last night for just the threat of detonating the nuclear reactor that is located, for some reason, on Utah's campus. So what she said was, I don't know how she said this. I don't know how she got the word out there. Probably sounds like a Facebook thing or a Twitter thing or IG thing, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a yik yak.
No, it was yik yak.
It was yik yak?
Yeah, Nick and I were talking about this earlier, and he was reading parts of the story, and yik yak came up. And I went, yik yak is still a thing?
So she yik yacked it?
I think so.
So do I need to explain to the people what yik yak is?
I think you do.
So yik yak was a thing when I think it started when I was around the time that I was in college, like 2011-ish, somewhere around there. I don't know. That's when I heard about it. So you go on Yik Yak, and it's basically it's basically a message board. You post on there anonymously, and you say whatever it is you're going to say. You make a joke. You say, "Hey, did you see that crazy person out in front of the Union?" Or, it's basically college campus type of thing. Or you say, "Hey, I have this, this, and this as my qualities, my best qualities. I am looking for a date to something."
Parties at Jeff's house, parties at the Teak house.
Yep. Get the word out. It gets the word out to the masses, and then you could start your groundswell of support. So this student put her message that she was going to blow up the nuclear reactor if Utah lost on Yik Yak.
I believe so.
Insane. Well, that's the story.
Yeah, made the thread on Yik Yak.
Made the thread on Yik Yak.
College football's just the best.
Yeah,
There's no other sport that would threaten nuclear war if their team lost.
21-year-old woman allegedly posting on the social media app Yik Yak said that she would, quote, detonate the nuclear reactor that is located in the University of Utah, causing mass destruction. She included that in her Yik Yak.
It's going to be bad. I'm going to drop the stick, and it's going to be bad.
The student was arrested for making a threat of terrorism, according to the report. The affidavit also stated that the woman was aware of where the reactor is located and attends class in the same building where the reactor is housed. So she may have had some, she at least had specific knowledge of what to do or where to go. A 19-year-old student in Utah had been arrested for the same crime in August for making a bomb threat on Yik Yak directed at a school building. He claimed that the alleged threat was a joke and he had no intention of carrying it out.
Now,
I guess this is what you do in Utah. You just throw out bomb threats.
Threatened to bomb the football stadium.
Yep.
Now, Kyle Whittingham, Utah's head football coach, has been on our wheel of coaches from day one.
That's true.
And when we evaluate his candidacy, we need to discuss that he's coaching for more than everyone else. He's coaching for people's lives.
Oh, this is real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then someone on Twitter came up with a list. So another odd part about the story is that the University of Utah has a nuclear reactor on campus. And apparently there are several schools around the country who have this same feature. So here are the most explosive schools in the country. Idaho State, Kansas State, Massachusetts, MIT, NC State, Ohio State, Oregon State, Penn State, Purdue.
Wow, Penn State versus Purdue earlier this year was
the bomb bowl.
Yeah.
Texas A&M,
twice. Yeah, they got two.
Texas A&M has two. UC Davis, UC Irvine, Florida, Maryland, UMass Lowell, Missouri, Missouri S&T, New Mexico, Texas, very scary, Utah, Wisconsin, and Washington State. That is that's like what, 5 Big Ten schools?
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of Big Ten schools in there.
I mean, locally we have K-State. We also have Ohio State. We have Penn State. We have Purdue. We have Maryland, and we have Wisconsin. 5 Big Ten schools have nuclear reactors.
Greg gives us a fair bit of insight here on the YouTube stream. Purdue's reactor is in the nuclear engineering building. Go figure. Fair amount of security, even back in the mid-90s.
Good scouting report.
Yeah. So maybe, just maybe, this female on the campus of Utah University.
She didn't actually mean it.
She might not have been able to execute the plan that she crafted so eloquently on Yik Yak.
Matt tweets into the show. He says, "Wow, thank God for you guys. I live and work by the University of Utah, and I haven't heard about this at all."
Oh.
Is that? Well, you're welcome. Once again, we are a national show.
I mean,
that seemed...
You got to let people know, right?
I would think so, yeah.
Well, it's a public service we provide, Matt.
We're here for you guys. Just be aware. If you're one of those schools, you have a nuclear reactor on campus and people get really triggered after a loss, and they might throw out a threat on Yik Yak, but hopefully not carry it out.
I don't want to tell anyone how to live their life. You live where it's best for you and your family to live, and I respect that in most cases. However, if you live in or around College Station, I'd get the hell out of there because that offense is not great.
Oh, God.
The NIL money is pouring in, and Jimbo's just not getting the results you'd like him to be getting at this point in his career. And there are 2 nuclear reactors on campus, and we've all seen that Yell team. Looks a little weird. I put 2 and 2 together, and if I live in College Station, U-Haul today.
It's just it's a really specific threat. Like you see it on you see it on Yik Yak, and you're like, wait a minute. Like maybe you'll say, "Oh man, I'm gonna be so disappointed if Utah loses this game," or I'm gonna do something really drastic and just say it in generalities. That was very specific, and that's why she's been arrested.
Also, why was the...
Keep it less specific if you're making threats.
Why was the San Diego State game the game that you said, you know what? If it doesn't happen here, it's
time.
all over.
It's time.
Not, Oregon State's coming in a few weeks. They got, later in October here in a few weeks, they got USC coming to town.
Nope.
Nope.
That was the one.
San Diego State, 35-7, a game that was never in question.
Oh, maybe that was the point.
Oh. Just make the threat that you're never going to have to act on?
All hat, no cattle.
I mean, it was 21-0 at halftime. It was 35-0 at the end of the third.
We will come back with Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7. We will see what's new in... Oh, yeah. We've moved on from A's pain from Michael Bruntz to Denver Broncos pain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a lot of fun.
Well, I have a...
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
Thanks, Jameis. I have a request for Bruntz here. His A's
you
are
can just ask him if you want.
Yeah, his A's are playing the Mets this weekend, and if they could do me a solid, it'd be great.
Hey, you could put in that request. Michael Bruntz joins next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
One of the things that Chenander's defenses have done consistently brought down their averages. The rushing totals have gotten better per carry. The yards per pass attempt have gotten better. But this year, it's going in the wrong direction. It's the worst since Diakomania allowed 6.3 yards per play for the entire 2017 season.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Fall arrives today, and it will feel like it. Expect mainly cloudy skies throughout the day, staying cool with highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
At Sid Dillon Chevrolet, we prioritize you and your vehicle needs. Visit our dealerships to shop inventory or to order your new vehicle. Shop online at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Email any of our shows anytime into the Equitable Bank inbox. At Equitable, we take banking personally. For me, John at 1620thezone.com. The Equitable Bank inbox from 1620 The Zone.
Car repair is car repair. Most places you go can change your oil or fix your brakes. The difference is the experience you'll get at Omaha Car Care. We're part of the community. We were born here. And we believe that our relationship with you should be built to last. We're going to consult you, not sell you. We're going to give you a free loaner car. We're going to treat you like a valued friend that we want to continue to see in the years to come. I'm Rick Betker, owner of Omaha Car Care, and we'll be along for the ride.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Brookside Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Brookside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 402-671-7777. That's 402-671-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Brookside Medical Clinic now. 402-671-7777.
The 2022-23 Creighton sports season holds great promise for competing for Big East and national honors, and 1620 The Zone will be there all year long. The 1620 The Jays podcast covers all of Blue Jay sports, from volleyball, soccer, and cross country in the fall to basketball in the winter, plus baseball, softball, tennis, golf, and rowing. Join me, John Bishop, along with Josh Peterson and Connor Happer each week for interviews with Creighton student athletes and coaches. It's the 1620 The Jays podcast. New episodes each Friday on 1620thezone.com and on Twitter at 1620 The Jays.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. You'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
As you descend into the darkness, you feel an unnatural chill in the air. You tell yourself, I don't belong down here. And you know what? You're right. Dungeon of the Damned Haunted House, located in the basement dungeon of Hollywood Candy at 1209 Jackson Street. Dungeon of the Damned, where no one can hear you scream. Dungeon of the Damned opens this Friday. General admission and VIP tickets available now at dungeonofthedamned.com or inside Hollywood Candy.
Just reading Husker247.com, where our next guest, Michael Bruntz, will come from. BC wrote this on Trev and what he had to say a little bit ago. Said any information that he's seen about the Nebraska search so far hasn't nailed the notes. Quote, in fact, I had another call this morning. I've reached out to several of my colleagues. I have talked to a couple folks, not mentioning names, Albert said, but the feedback is that there's no reason why Nebraska can't be successful. We have so much going on for us. It's been really, really good. I will say most of the stuff that I've read on Twitter, I don't know if I've seen anything that's accurate. No, I'm serious. I have not yet read anything that I would say is accurate, but it's all good, says Trev Alberts.
So we need to go higher with our names?
Yeah, what
are we talking about?
Where do we have to take the speculation, Bruntz? I mean, what do we have to do next here?
Vince Lombardi.
Well, you're probably going to try and throw out Nathaniel Hackett or something. I don't know. As long as you can get him out of Denver, it sounds like that's good.
It would be way too transparent with what I would be doing by throwing that name out there. I mean, I don't think it would. I don't think that would take too much to sniff out as being just a rumor.
Just tweet it, Trev.
And a very nefarious one.
Have you considered Nathaniel Hackett?
He has NFL head coaching experience, and that's about where it ends.
He also loves to, see how much time he can waste and do various things with the clock that has never been seen before in an NFL game.
Yeah, he likes holding on to those timeouts. He struggles with getting the appropriate number of players on the field for punt return plays, including somehow getting 12 men on the field, none of whom was a punt returner. That one was, to me, the best.
And then, so what happened? And then took a timeout, and then got a delay a game coming out of the timeout, and then had to punt instead of kicking a field goal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he also spilled a big pot of chili right in the middle of the field too. That's the only thing that was missing.
Tough debut. Tough debut. So we've moved on from A's pain to Broncos pain now. Congratulations.
But they won.
It's true.
That's the worst part. Somehow they with duct tape and bubble wrap and whatever else, they were able to get the car over the finish line.
Are you where are you at on Russ?
Well, do we even know yet?
No, we have no idea.
I don't feel like Hackett trusts him. So, I mean, the whole Seattle situation was just abysmal with the late game clock management. I mean, that's, you pay a guy hundreds of millions of dollars, but yeah, we're going to kick that 60-yarder.
I'm sure you saw the Peyton Manning version where he was just like, got to get a timeout. Got to get a timeout. And you just said it 30 seconds in a row.
That's what I was doing in my living room. I was sitting there making crossing the hands, trying to get the timeout. We needed to talk about it. And then I'm not embarrassed to say that I was also counting down the play clock in week 2. So it's been, I think I probably scarred my children in 2 weeks of Broncos football here.
Got to get a timeout. Got to get a timeout. Come on. We got to get a timeout. Yeah. That's Michael Bruntz at home on his couch, and Peyton Manning. So that's one thing that they have in common. So we're talking about the search a little bit before, and it feels like we've, and with Trev's, quote there of, I don't think I've seen anything on Twitter that's accurate. I guess, how early is it in the search? Obviously, it's early in the sense that it's going to last a lot longer. But I don't even think, it doesn't even seem to me that we're at the point where we can pare that list down much at all yet. I guess, where do you think we're at here?
No, I mean, I would assume that the list is still pretty long right now. I mean, I think that's a safe assumption. I I don't think that he's really honed in on anybody. I mean, I don't know why you would as an AD make that move as early as he did and not take the time to do your due diligence.
Yep.
I mean, I understand that, Trev and the search committee and whoever, or the, search firm they're using and everybody else is not dealing directly with coaches. But I mean, you're only, really 4 weeks into the season right now. And, I'm sure that the coaches have some thoughts about the next move that's going to happen, that kind of stuff. But it just does seem really premature. And I think, I've said this, that this type of a search seems to fit Trev's personality really well. I mean, he's very meticulous. I think he thrives in situations where he's probably not having to rush. I mean, even if you hear him talk, I mean, he's very rarely surprised by things. So I think he's just kind of going through the process, being very meticulous about it. And who knows? I mean, maybe, somebody pops up here in the next, 3-4 weeks of college football that kind of catches his eye a little bit, or kind of, adds themselves to the consideration list just based on how they coach this year. And I don't think that it's going to be hey, this guy's the flavor of the year, but I think maybe with a little bit more of a deep dive on some of these coaches and being able to see them coach and how they do things, maybe that changes the trajectory a little bit.
That was my next question I was going to ask you. Like, how much is public opinion a factor here? For instance, somebody gets hot as the season goes along and you say, oh, well, maybe we wanted to hire this guy and now we feel like we can because he's in a position where it sort of looks good for us. Like, that doesn't seem like Trev off the face, but on the other hand, like you said, Bruntz, we do have a bunch of time here to let this thing sort of play out.
Yeah, well, and I think I don't know how much Trev is thinking this way. Maybe not a ton. I don't think as an AD you can to kind of please the masses, but I mean, I think you do kind of have to be able to sell your hire a little bit to the fan base. And this is like my sense and impatient fan base based on how the last 5 years have gone, 5-6 years have gone. And, let's say a candidate goes like 5-7, who was a really hot name the first few weeks of the season. I mean, does that make that a tougher sell job? I think it might. I mean, it's interesting, on our message board, certainly, and I'm sure others are this way too, but it feels like, the candidates that are out there right now are kind of being put into a box based on past Nebraska coaches.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, that's a Mike Riley hire. We did that with Frost, with kind of like the Jamie Chadwell type, who apparently is not accurate, I guess, because it was on Twitter. But, we did the NFL thing because Bill O'Brien's name has been out there. I mean, it's interesting how, the sins of past Husker coaches are kind of being put onto these candidates, which I guess is natural. But I think my point there is that you're going to have to sell the hire, whoever it is, and especially if it's not like a slam dunk, like championship type coach, but a guy that's more of an up and comer. I just think, how this season plays out is going to be kind of important to what that decision ultimately is. I think
we've reached we reached a consensus at the fan base at the end of the Frost era. It says, okay, it's fine. We can move on from this now. And that felt like, it was an okay decision in the moment. All along, I thought it was going to be sort of controversial in how people would sort of handle that. Do you think that people will reach a consensus on who they need to hire before it happens? Or is it just like too early to tell? And like I said before, you sort of let the season play out. Because right now, like you said, Bruntz, it is everywhere. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think they're going to, exhaust all their option and cast the net out pretty wide. And not that public opinion has much to do with it anyway. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how that piece of it plays out with what the fans sort of convince themselves about.
Well, and it's I guess what the fan base convinces themselves is also kind of how the fan base views the program relative to how it's seen nationally. And I think those are two different things.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that in this search, Nebraska isn't as good of a place as they've probably been to hire a head coach than the past searches. I mean, I think the fact, frankly, that the Frost era kind of ended the way that it did made the search a little bit easier, because you didn't have the well, if he can't do it, who can, kind of hanging over the program. I think there's not an obvious candidate out there with Nebraska connections that always kind of seems to rise a little bit higher than they should. I mean, maybe Lance Leipold, but I mean, I think he's done things on his own to probably earn consideration there. So yeah, I mean, I think they're in a good spot. With the Big Ten money, with the facility, with everything else that's going on. I mean, I think they'll be able to make a good hire, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to know how everybody's going to react until you know who it is. But there's just a lot of. It's funny too, because it's as good as it is to kind of have time to sift through all the candidates. I think it also gives people a lot of opportunity to dig in their heels about who they absolutely don't want and who they do. Because I'm loving and it's not even close, as a kind of an add-on to a lot of these discussions, which always makes me laugh.
What are the chances it could be at the end of this somebody off the board right now? And I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, the field. I don't know what the board consists of. Maybe you're the normal names that we hear of Campbell and Leipold and Aranda and Kleiman, and I don't know who else would be in that category. But what are the chances it could be a name that that it's off the board?
At this point, I think the chances are probably better that there could be somebody out there that nobody's considering. I think as time goes along, I mean, I think you kind of get dialed in a little bit more on kind of what it looks like, and I'm sure you're going to have coaches start getting some extensions here pretty soon.
Yep.
That what's this extension season hashtag SVN there. I think that'll change the conversation a little bit. But I mean, I think if you're casting a wide net, I think there's a chance that there's going to be coaches out there that you maybe didn't think were in play who are, or maybe somebody's not happy where they're at. I mean, I do think that when you have a job open like Nebraska's and in a league like the Big Ten, I think that probably captures the imagination a little bit more now than it would have. When you're looking for Bo Pelini's successor or something like that. I just think, like I said, I think Nebraska's in a better spot than they have been in the past.
No, I agree. Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7 is with us. Have you gotten like a computer tarp ready so when they throw beer at PBA, your computer will be safe when you're covering basketball?
Yeah, I should probably invest in one. I don't have one. So I don't know. I mean, we're kind of high up there, though. I mean, I feel like you'd have to really chuck a beer to get up there. Yeah,
no, there's nobody like behind directly. It would have to be coming from either way upstairs or the suite level, which they get rowdy up there sometimes too.
Yeah, you get like a wayward beer tossed from the 300 level. I could maybe see that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a huge deal.
It won't be at all.
No, I don't think so. It's a nice amenity to have. That's basically kind of where I'm at with it. I don't think it's going to be a huge moneymaker. I don't think you're going to have hordes of drunken rowdies roaming the Pinnacle Bank Arena concourses or anything like that. But, if things get a little dire in Big Ten play, it's never a bad idea to have beer as an option.
Yeah, I'm with you. And as a Broncos fan, that's going to keep you company all year long. So that's nice. All right, Bruntz.
Lots of beer.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
Michael Bruntz of Husker 24/7. Beer is his friend this season I guess we'll see. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you can improve as a head coach after 2 games.
It's possible, certainly.
And I'm not People are like all the way out on Russell Wilson. Maybe you're one of them, Josh.
Yes, I am.
Well, he is a weirdo. I am not convinced that he won't be able to put something together, help this team out a little bit this season.
He'll give you flashes. He'll give you in a couple weeks. He'll have a great game, high percentage completions, touchdowns, the classic Russell Wilson game, and everybody will be in my mentions. See, they let Russ cook and it worked. Like, okay, well, that's 1 week.
We'll come back with the top 5. What's Josh's top 5 today?
In honor of Wendy's debuting in Australia, top 5 fast food burger chains.
Okay, we're grading on just the burger, or we're grading on the chain in its entirety?
In my head, I was doing the chain because Wendy's, I don't know if you heard the news report, they have salads, potatoes, shakes, fries.
But it has to serve a burger. It has to serve a burger to count?
Correct.
So it cannot be like a chicken place.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Fast food burger chains, not judged on the burger, but on the chain itself. That's the top 5 coming up next on 1620 The Zone. This week's Zone deal is for Vala's Pumpkin Patch. Something for all ages out at Vala's, which opens up this weekend. You can see the pumpkin eating dragon. You can test your balance and skills with the Barnyard Challenge course. And there's 2 new attractions this year, Stefan's Country Drive, where the kids get to drive antique cars, and Jen's Carousel. Enjoy more than 50 other attractions and fun for the whole family at Vala's. 2 passes for just $39. That is a heck of a deal for Vala's Pumpkin Patch. And the Zone deal is on sale this Friday at 9 o'clock at 1620thezone.com.
Omaha's most listened to all sports radio station. Again and again and again. 1620 The Zone.
Hey, it's Damon. Are you looking for a good time on the way home from a football game on a Friday night or out and about on a Saturday afternoon? The answer is yes. Ted and Wally's Ice Cream is for you. That's right. Ted and Wally's, the best time with over 3,000 flavors of homemade greatness of ultra premium ice cream with locally sourced ingredients. That makes it creamier, tastier, and that much more amazing. So stop in and pick up some pints, quarts, or half gallons. Again, 2 great locations, Benson and the Old Market, celebrating 35 great years, or you can visit tedandwallys.com.
Creighton Sports Update.
Tonight is Bark in the Park at Morrison Stadium as Creighton Women's Soccer opens Big East play against the Yukon Huskies. Kickoff is set for 6:30. Dogs get in free, and human tickets are still available online at gocreighton.com/tickets. That's gocreighton.com/tickets. And that's your Creighton Sports Update.
1620 The Zone proudly supports Creighton Athletics.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
This Friday, Josh, we're going to the best concession stand in the state. Cannot wait to get back to Roncalli. I'm going to eat so much food. Omaha Roncalli High School is where we will be this Friday, 2 to 6. Join us on 1620 The Zone and at Roncalli.
Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. New this year is Stefan's Country Drive. Antique cars where the kids are in the driver's seat. Plus, there's a new carousel. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is also opening a whole new part of the farm, the cider mill, with more than 50 other attractions included with admission. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is the place to be this fall. Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard, Gretna, Nebraska. Open September 23rd.
If you love food, love fun, love fall, you'll love Vala's Pumpkin Patch best of all.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online, and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR, but with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.73% APR with auto pay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
All right, still to come in the 1 o'clock hour, we'll spin the wheel. Who may it land on today? We'll also talk about the NFL game tonight between the Browns and the Steelers. Still sitting at an over-under of 37.5. I believe there's some weather involved tonight as well.
Ooh, weather.
As there usually is in the AFC North. But first, Josh has his top 5.
Yeah, we're doing top 5 fast food burger chains. Greg with a great point on the YouTube stream. Are these national chains, regional chains? What are the requirements? People want to know. These are
good question.
They got to have a store in Omaha.
Oh.
Okay. So no.
So we're paring it down even further.
Yeah. No Whataburgers. Like I have to be able to go out and get this today.
Okay. That changes things again.
Yeah, that eliminates your Steak and Shakes, your
garbage
Shake Shacks.
That is really good.
Your In-N-Outs.
That's overrated.
It is,
but it's fine. I would call that a fine fast food burger.
Oh wow! Just the disgust with which you said
fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
People just slobber over it. I went to Vegas and my buddy was like, I got to get an In-N-Out burger. So we went all the way to the part with the, Ferris wheel and all that stuff, the eye, whatever. And we went all the way down there. We got an In-N-Out burger and we came back to where we were staying, close on the south side. And guess what? I had a Shake Shack and guess what? It was better.
They got I want to find a Shake Shack because
it's so good.
They got
I believe Now, I think there was rumors of building one in Kansas City, or maybe there is one in Kansas City. But the last time I was at one, it was in Minneapolis over the summer.
They got a Hot Ones line of products at Shake Shack now.
Oh, big Hot Ones guy.
I am. It's an entertaining little program.
Okay. Curious to see where this lands. Could be controversial.
I assume it will be. We begin all top 5 lists with number 5.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
People keep annoying Josh by calling as well.
Yeah. When I pick up the phone, you talk. That's how it works.
Do you want me to answer the phone? Should I be a phone screener for this segment?
No, I don't think it's necessary. We're talking burgers.
Okay.
You can get your coach suggestion in anytime over the next 8 months.
Or hour.
5 Guys is number 5. Fitting.
Okay.
Sturdy, solid, workmanlike. It's not going to wow you.
All right.
But it serves the purpose of something a little better than the drive-thru.
Do these have to be Are these fast food or any of these local?
There's some local representation. 5 Guys is the only one without a drive-thru.
Okay.
Right? 5 Guys don't have drive-thru.
No.
None
it does not.
None of the ones I know.
No, it does not.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't seem too high on that.
It's just a lot.
I don't.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
I don't like the fries. They give you a bajillion pounds of fries, which is nice. It's very nice.
It's just a lot. And I never, 18-year-old me is like, what the hell? You're complaining that they give you too much food? And I would have never understood this. But now, yes, because I can't help myself.
Number 4.
Number 4, Freddy's.
Yeah, good one.
I like the steak burger. It's nice to mix it up every now and then.
Oh no, I think it's really good. I think I would put this one higher, depending on what else you're putting on here.
You get those little crispy edges.
Yes.
On the burger because they kind of smash them.
Just give me a good old. I think the burger that I get from there is, I believe it's called like the California burger. It just has lettuce and onions and tomatoes.
Yeah.
And you throw a little bit of that fry sauce in there.
Maybe
bang.
Maybe Freddy's is the Tim Duncan fast food restaurants
Steady.
just does the fundamentals right.
The big fundamental.
Be a good nickname for someone. Number 3.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
Fries are questionable at Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the shoestring.
It's just hard to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, we got a big jump in talent here. Okay.
Ooh.
Wendy's. Number 3. Wow. I like the burger. It's good quality. The fries are good. I know this is a burger chain. Top 5, but the chicken, very underrated at Wendy's.
I'm going to be disagreeing with you on this one.
Okay. You're out on Wendy's?
No way it's better than Freddy's.
Okay.
Just no way.
Just no way?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
it just isn't.
I mean, Freddy's is lazy and uses those round burgers.
They don't cut corners.
They don't.
So you're saying they do cut corners?
They do cut corners at Freddy's, famously.
All right.
I like Wendy's.
Let's see what the rest of the list looks
Okay,
like.
let's see how it shakes out.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Runza.
Just a very good burger.
It is. Very good burger. Not a
And the
small
Runza's unique.
burger.
The fries are top notch. The frings.
Yeah. One of the few establishments one of the few burger establishments with Pepsi products.
Yeah, is that a positive?
I mean, I like a Mountain Dew every now and then.
I do. Well, I mean, I like a Mountain Dew, but give me a Diet Coke every day of the week, or a Sprite over a Sierra Mist.
How about a water? Am I right?
Water. I do not order water with my with my fast food meals.
Good clarification by you.
Runs at number 2 is going to be a really tough look if number 1 doesn't just blow me away. And right now, I don't know if there's one out there.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, this is going to be pain. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's going to be one of the old reliables. It's not like I'm coming out of the woodwork with a surprise at number 1.
Is he going to go with the?
It's old reliable. It's the American standard.
So, number 1.
Number 1.
No fast food burger chain is more Americana than McDonald's.
Okay.
Fries.
Once again,
the atmosphere.
We have to make very clear what we are grading.
I don't think we do. Colin.
Because I've gotten lost even while having this conversation when you told me what it was about. Because I sort of thought that we were grading burgers.
Not grading the burger. We're grading the chain that serves burgers.
I don't have a problem with McDonald's being, toward the top here.
It's always there when you need it.
But nothing they do is the best. It's all good. But nothing they do is the best.
So you're saying Runza fries better than McDonald's fries?
I am saying that.
Okay. That's not a hot take, I don't think. It's a take.
Can be if you want it to be.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's hot or not.
If you want to fight.
Notable omissions.
Yes.
What are we doing here?
Look, I know none of these places are health foods, but
phone lines are lighting up.
Yeah,
again.
I'm pissing people off left and right. The butter burger it makes my tum hurt. Okay, just the idea hearing butter burger, seeing it on a sign
makes my tum hurt.
Yes or no? Poll question.
Does the butter
Happer
burger
Show.
make your tum hurt? God, you're sick. You're a sicko.
Oh, I had the caps lock on. I got to do it again. Okay.
People are really triggered on the text line, Eric. All caps McDonald's 4 question marks. What the serious F?
Wow. Language. Yippee on the YouTube.
See, I think people are confused once again about the burger thing. Like the Amazing Daniel tweets in, he says, I haven't had a fast food burger in a few years, but McDonald's is awful. Like we're not talking about the McDonald's burger. I'm trying to defend you as much as I can.
It's the chain. We're not grading the burger. We're grading the chain. McDonald's always there.
What a weird
open
list.
late. Open 27 hours a day.
But you can understand why it's so confusing. The fast food burger chain. What are
Look,
you
if you're
talking?
not,
What
if
are you
y'all are
talking
not,
about?
if y'all are not smart enough to catch up, that's not on me. That's on you.
It's too convoluted. There's too many qualifiers. What did Yippee say?
Grow TF up, Josh. Butterburgers are great.
A lot of Don and Millie's love coming in. My goodness.
Good price. Good prices at the Don and Millie's.
Yep. David's telling me on the email that there is a Shake Shack in Kansas City. Prairie Village, Kansas. The Kansas City area, I suppose. Okay, that's good. It's notable. I'm not above driving a couple hours for lunch. I do it for Kansas City barbecue quite often. I might do it this weekend. I have a whole weekend. I don't know what to do with it.
You're itching to get to Kansas City this weekend.
I was looking at, I asked my wife yesterday, I was like, you want to go to the Royals game this weekend? She's got something going on. So I don't know if I'm going to go, but I would really enjoy some barbecue and some Royals pain. Because it might be the last time I feel it in a couple months. I'm itching for it.
A lot of Don and Millie's love here.
Yeah, a lot of Don and Millie's, a lot of Hardee's. Getting some Hardee's now. How do we feel about that? Hardee's is offended. Harvey's Kyle's Jr., as the Australians say.
I don't live near the Hardee's or Carl's Jr.'s. I'm not close enough to visit them often.
It's out there.
Yeah, it's a jaunt.
It's out there
for me personally.
I will say this: out of the places that we have in Omaha, we get this on the text line. Travis says, "Sounds like Omaha's fast food burger chain lineup is a joke." It just there could be more.
Yeah,
there could be more.
There is room for more.
We do have Culver's, which is a point for like regional.
I like the ice cream. I like the custard.
We have Culver's, we have Freddy's, we have Runza. Those are all sort of regional things. But we miss out on the Shake Shack too far west. We miss out on the In-N-Out too far east. Not big enough to. I'm sorry, I said Shake Shack. I mean Steak and Shake on the first one. Too far west.
Whataburger doesn't come this far north.
Yep. Kind of in we're a little bit in burger no man land, which is not what you would think when you think the state of Nebraska.
That's the takeaway from this top five, not the quality of the top five.
Focus on something else.
The takeaway is that we're in.
Direct your eyes this way.
Maybe you're an entrepreneur and like, maybe I'd like to start a chain of fast food restaurants that are new to the Omaha market. Clearly, people are clamoring for it.
Could be fun. I'm just going to put that Greg and Lincoln comment up on the screen, and then I'm going to take it down, and I'm not going to read it on the air.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. We will come back. The 1 o'clock hour. Still plenty to get into. You can always call or text 402-951-1620. Or up next in the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter @Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys? Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Suicide can be prevented by knowing the warning signs, and most importantly, knowing what to do if you recognize those signs in yourself, a loved one, or even a stranger. There are simple ways you can be there for someone, so they can be here for more tomorrows. Visit moretomorrowsne.org to learn the signs, how to approach the conversation, and where to get help. Or call 988 for help now. That's moretomorrowsne.org.
It's time for the gates to open. And pure evil to be released.
Scary Acres is back. Omaha's ultimate haunted attractions. The Master's Castle, House on the Hill, the Haunted Woods. Scary Acres now open. 172nd and Giles. Sponsored in part by Stereo West, Raising Cane's, and Hy-Vee.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.73% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and includes 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Imagine it's a scorcher and your home's AC just quit. Sometimes it's beyond repair and needs to be replaced. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. Modern AC systems are more energy efficient, which is good news for your energy bill. Call 402-788-1234 or visit McCarthy's1hour.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay time. Always on time, or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, Omaha. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Nebraska, Cornhuskers, Creighton, Blue Jays, Hawkeye, Cyclones, Chiefs, and Royals.
Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Tackle those little aches and pains before they become big ones with Athletico Physical Therapy. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
All right, Josh, would you like to defend this piece of trash that you've put out here?
What is there to defend? I put out a top 5 like I do every day, and it was right, like it is every day.
I get a text here from Michael. Do you guys not have Brahms or Sonic?
Jeff Brom has a burger restaurant?
Brahms is good. Brahms is in the Brahms is a northern thing, I believe. Or I've had it once.
Okay.
It was in Milwaukee. Sonic, yes. Sonic has a low-key good burger. Not people don't think about it as much though.
Yeah, Sonic. I like some of the more oddball items they have. They have some unique items. Yeah.
Like what?
You can get a corn dog at the drive-thru there.
You can.
If you want
a corn dog, you can get a corn dog.
If you want a lemon, lime, sweet tarts filled Diet Coke.
I always get the cherry limeades.
Oh yeah.
I always get the cherry limeades, and people are always like, get the ocean spray or the ocean water.
No.
Like,
have you ever had ocean water? No. No, thank you.
Yeah, right. It doesn't sound appealing at all.
Yeah, that's not what you want to call your drink.
Give me the cherry limeade.
Yeah.
All right.
I have nothing to defend.
Josh has nothing to defend.
Now, if
would you like to answer a couple follow-up questions?
Sure. If our audience has feelings, like, first of all, I appreciate you having feelings and feeling a passion towards this program. Love that.
This is so bad.
But second of all, you're wrong. Okay, it's fine. We can't all be right about everything.
I can't apologize for you guys having feelings.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic apology. The Amazing Daniel tweets in, why don't you answer this?
Okay.
So, talking about a certain place with the arches. So the burgers are garbage and the fries are mediocre. The only thing that's good is breakfast and coffee. So they're the best burger chain, and we are confused?
Yes, that is correct. America's favorite French fry. They're always there for you when you need them.
Who's not there for you when you don't need
closes
them?
at like 6:30. Okay, it's really like 8 or 9, but some of
I don't
us-
understand this. There
some
for
of
you
us
when you
eat
need
late.
them. What is this?
Look, when it's midnight and I'm hungry, McDonald's is open.
They're all open. It's
Culver's isn't open. Don and Millie certainly isn't
Are
open
we
at
sure
midnight.
McDonald's is still open at midnight?
Yes. The grocery stores aren't even open 24 hours anymore. You know who is? McDonald's. Not the ice cream machine at McDonald's, but McDonald's is open.
How often is it when it's midnight and it's like I need food immediately? It's not that often.
Oh no, it's
There's some local places.
it's once a week at least.
You can get a burrito at that hour.
Well, we're not ranking burritos, Connor.
I'm just saying, there's how many points are you really getting for the always there for you thing? Places are open. You could find some food.
Is your best friend someone you only see once every 6 months or someone you see all the time, Connor?
I don't know. I see him often. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Cody tweets in. He says, "I'm constantly sending messages on Facebook to Jack in the Box. They need to get something going in Lincoln. Thanks for giving me a reason to tweet at them today."
Yeah, I want those.
You're constantly sending messages on Facebook to Jack in the Box to get him a store in Lincoln. That's amazing. Could you send us the screenshots?
Yes, please. We'd like to do an investigative report on that.
Also, I'd like to join in the cause. Jack in the Box is great.
I hear the tacos are excellent.
Yep, if they will allow you to eat them.
But again, we're not ranking tacos here. And yes, Taco Bell would be my favorite fast food taco.
Okay. That's what the people are saying. I just thought you should know.
No, let them talk. Let them talk. That's fine.
Every once in a while you run into a top 5 that you don't really expect to get any feedback on, and then you're like, whoa, why is this blowing up in my face? I didn't see this coming. And you don't handle it very well.
I don't know what you're talking about, Connor. We talked about burgers earlier. So I said I'll rank burgers. And certainly the most ubiquitous fast food chain in America being at the top of the list wouldn't trigger anyone. Oh, wait, it triggered everyone.
We have Steelers Browns on Thursday Night Football tonight.
Yeah, let's talk the real issues here.
We're not going to really talk about that game that much because it doesn't sound that enticing to watch. I will be interested to see what the number is. So let's go back TV ratings. We wondered. It was Chiefs Chargers last Thursday. It was the first game exclusively on Amazon Prime, Thursday Night Football. Kirk Herbstreit.
There was a curiosity there.
Al and no Chris Collinsworth. This is weird. Two good teams, and you're right. There's a curiosity there. 13 million viewers. 13 million viewers last night for Thursday Night Football. Just about on par for what Thursday Night Football usually is. I was actually looking at some Thursday Night Football games from last year. Early in the season. So you had week 1 last year. Or week 2 Thursday Night Football last year, which is exactly what this game was, got 7 million viewers because it was the Giants and the football team. Thursday Night Football in week 3 last year was under 8. Then it bumps up to some 12s, some 13s, depending on which team you put in there. So you put the Chiefs and Chargers in there, you get 13 million viewers. It is on par with it being on NFL Network or Network TV. And better news for Amazon Prime, they attracted a lot more new subscribers. And that is the point. So if you can both check the box in terms of how many people are watching the game and sell that to your sponsors and add more new viewers, more signups. So the Chargers and Chiefs Thursday Night Football last week averaged 11.8 million viewers on Amazon Prime Video. And in addition, additional 1.2 million watched on local broadcasts in Kansas City and LA. Amazon set a record for new Prime signups that night. more so than like Black Friday or any other sort of special that they're running on Amazon
Prime Day.
Yep.
Hot take, made up holiday.
Thursday night football. Record number of Prime subscriptions. The game brought in more Prime signups over a 3-hour period than any other day, including Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and Prime Day. Prime costs $139 annually. So they check.
It's an investment, man.
It is. So they check the boxes of getting this game to be watched by everybody, the same amount that it would be on network TV. And they're getting the subscribers. Yeah, this is going to keep happening. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not like, we adjust, we get there. But I was interested to see at first, okay, what's this actually going to look like in the first week? And they gave us a good game. Now, what might it look like in the second week with the Bills and Steelers tonight? Yeah, I imagine the number will go down a little bit. But you're guaranteeing them new subscribers every week, and you're guaranteeing them a massive, massive number in terms of TV, live viewers.
And Steelers have that national fan base.
Yeah. I'd imagine the number will be down, though.
Oh, yeah. Just kind of looking at what else they have this year. Week 6, Washington, Chicago, that might be a low number.
Yeah.
Philly, Houston, that might be a low number. Atlanta, Carolina. Everything else, I'm sorry. Jacksonville, New York Jets, week 16.
Whoa.
That might, every team has to be represented once. I don't know if that's still the case, though.
What if the Jets go on this like crazy run?
Well,
what if the Jets get hot? Don't let the Jets get hot.
Joe Flacco is back. Robert Saleh's keeping receipts.
Yep. Don't let the Jets get hot. Many people are saying this. So, yeah, this is going to work, and this is going to continue to work. Because why? Yes, the TV companies and the media companies, they own us. They know that we will adjust. Why? Because we love football.
Exactly.
We love the NFL, and we will do anything to watch football. And it will lead to Amazon Prime getting a lot more subscribers and live TV viewers. And they will enjoy this fact. Because, well, Jeff Bezos has the biggest yacht ever seen for a reason.
I recall the Steelers and Browns getting together on a Thursday night a few years ago, and I went to a movie because that's what I do a lot of Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
The game seemed out of hand, so I went to the movies. I get in my car on the drive home, and a melee had broken out with swinging helmets and maybe, possibly, racial slurs uttered.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun one.
It was memorable.
Hey, so can I have a second to talk about the Royals real quick?
Hey, look at the marquee on the show here. It's the Connor Happer Show. Well, on the YouTube stream we do.
Oh, okay.
It's the Connor Happer Show. You do what you want, babe.
Thanks, babe. So the Royals fired Dayton Moore yesterday. Dayton Moore has been in charge of the organization, basically, for the baseball portion of the organization since 2006. He brought them a World Series title in 2015, a pennant in 2014. He was, one of the architects of that. It's really interesting from a lot of different perspectives. And I don't know, if you're a Royals fan and you get the chance, go listen to their new owner, John Sherman, talk about this and how engaged he is in the team, what he sort of knows, and the experiences that he's had in baseball. You get the sense that his experience in Cleveland is going to play an influence here. They're going to change a lot. I don't know if it's from a fundamental standpoint. They keep some of those things around. They obviously want to win more games, but it's not just like Dayton Moore took the blame for the Royals being bad and he was this sort of sacrificial lamb. I think you're doing this because he represents a previous iteration of the organization under previous ownership, and now you need to move into You need to officially move to the 21st century, and it's 2022. John Sherman talked yesterday about the data and how much data they have and having access to it and how they just need to sort of utilize it better. This has been an organization that's been stuck in the past in that regard for quite some time now. And they found a way to win a World Series in 2015. They got some players here, and they can't mess it up. And my guess is you're going to continue to see some more changes. And that is your Royals update. It's sort of sad. Like, I wasn't jumping for joy yesterday. It's sort of sad because, a lot of people love Dayton Moore. But it was important that it was almost like a Scott Frost thing. Yeah, we need to move on. And everybody sort of knows that. Should we spin the wheel?
I think we should. Something everyone can agree on.
We will do that when we come back. Next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
What is chicken fried lobster? And where can I get my hands on some of this?
What the hell?
I want to try this.
You don't have to chicken fry lobster.
I wanted to
try
it for
it.
the bit, but I would rather have my lobster.
Is that like the most rich redneck thing?
Can we fry it? After all the fees and the $6,000 tip. Oh, good. They tipped dinner was $37,000.
$6,000 doesn't seem like a good tip.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Fall arrives today, and it will feel like it. Expect mainly cloudy skies throughout the day, staying cool with highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
At Dingman's Collision Center, you voted them first place in Best in Omaha for the past 17 years. So they want to say thank you for choosing the Dingman family and their incredible technicians to repair your vehicles. At Dingman's, they'd rather be the best than apologize for anything less.
Hey, it's Damon. Are you looking for a good time on the way home from a football game on a Friday night or out and about on a Saturday afternoon? The answer is yes. Ted and Wally's Ice Cream is for you. That's right. Ted and Wally's, the best time with over 3,000 flavors of homemade greatness of ultra premium ice cream with locally sourced ingredients. That makes it creamier, tastier, and that much more amazing. So stop in and pick up some pints, quarts, or half gallons. Again, 2 great locations, Benson and the Old Market, celebrating 35 great years, or you can visit tedandwallys.com.
With video games, I'm often choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them. Hey, Mom, how about this one? Rated T for teen with violence and suggestive themes. Let me check the rating summary. Frenetic combat, cries of pain, female warlords expose cleavage. Maybe the other one's better. The rating summaries are free. Use them, and you'll be armed with the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
For more information, go to esrb.org.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers, offers exterior solutions that help you protect your #1 investment. Whether it's roofing and siding or windows and doors, they're committed to excellence, quality, and outstanding customer service in every step of the process. When it's time to protect the exterior of your home, your choice is simple. Turn to who the Huskers turn to, J-Tech Construction. Check them out online and schedule a free estimate today. J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers.
Hello, I'm Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. If you've been dissatisfied with your current banking situation, maybe it's time to move to a bank that works to deserve your business. We have an engaged staff that offers exceptional personalized service. We also have a great digital banking platform. We have 2 locations at 108th and Dodge or 202nd and Pacific. So if you're looking for a superior banking relationship, give us a call at 402-827-8100. We'll answer on the first ring. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Maybe haunted houses are all the same. Maybe you have seen it all. There's not much out there that can still scare you. But maybe not. Dungeon of the Damned Haunted House, located in the basement dungeon of Hollywood Candy at 1209 Jackson Street. Dungeon of the Damned, where no one can hear you scream. Dungeon of the Damned opens this Friday. General admission and VIP tickets available now at dungeonofthedamned.com or inside Hollywood Candy.
Shingles add beauty, protection, and value to your home. You want CertainTeed shingles. Carp's Complete Home Exteriors is a certified CertainTeed shingle master. When it comes to your roof, CertainTeed shingles and Carp's have you covered. Online at carpsomaha.com.
Hey, by the way, so on the sellout streak, Eric Olson from the Associated Press tweeted this out a little bit ago. Ticket availability for the rest of the Nebraska football home games as of right now, as of this week. Still 1,500 tickets left for Indiana. Almost double that. 2,700 left for the Illinois game. 2,000 left for the Minnesota game and 2,400 left for the Wisconsin game, which will be the last home game of the season. What would we put the odds on right now? Let's make the odds of does it end this year?
If they have one victory headed into Wisconsin, it will end.
I think it could be decided before that. So maybe I guess I'm saying yes, it will. Indiana, Rutgers, Purdue. If you don't win any of those games, or if you just win against Indiana and then you lose back-to-back to Rutgers and Purdue, are you selling out Illinois? Like how many more, like the question is, how many more times can you rally the troops, especially as you consider the quality of opponent at home? And Nebraska's remaining home games are against Indiana, Illinois, and then Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Oh, Will Compton has just commented.
On what?
He has retweeted BC, our friend, and said, we must keep the sellout streak alive. It's literally all we have. Strong take, Will.
Why do we care so much about Will Compton?
Not a lot of former Huskers currently in the media.
Yeah.
He's certainly one of them.
I appreciate Will's attitude. He's got a positivity about him, which I do appreciate.
I like his get down in small doses.
For sure. All right. The wheel. Yeah, let's do the wheel.
Our new coach today is
Wasn't there something else that we were going to do before that? There was maybe
you've wanted all week to do Big Ten power rankings.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know if we have time for that today.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a bye week. The rankings are still. I guess Illinois plays tonight. So
no. This is what we're going to do. The guy who was Facebook messaging Jack in the Box all the time sent us the screenshots.
He sent us the receipts. Way to go, Cody.
He does this. So he does this quite often. And apparently he's doing some research. He sent to Jack in the Box a message last month. If I found traffic, this is for Lincoln. If I found traffic patterns for 84th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, would that help you? I mean, there's a line outside Dairy Queen, and last week I had to take my kids to Arby's.
There's always a line outside of Dairy Queen.
There is.
Always.
And looks like he's, finding buildings for them, sending messages every now and again. Cody really wants Jack in the Box in Lincoln.
Cody's a realtor, huh? Okay.
Thank you, Cody. Appreciate that. I will join in the fight. I don't think I'm going to tweet quite as much at Jack in the Box. Maybe not at all. But I'm here with you. We want the Jack in the Box here in the state of Nebraska.
We support the cause.
We do. The Wheel. New coach in the Wheel today is North Dakota State's Matt Ince. He replaces Damon, who was our subject yesterday. Still got some big names on there. Still got some original names on there.
Yeah, Mickey's an original name. Jamie Chatwell's an original name. That guy who works on the Fox pregame show is still on there. Kyle Whittingham, actually, an original name.
Mina Kimes, I'm pretty sure, was an original name.
Wait, 5 of these 8 spaces are original names.
Well, the wheel is...
It's a picky wheel.
The wheel is broken. Like, do we need to look into the weight of the wheel?
No, because everyone in the office spins the wheel because, it's a wheel. I have to spin it. And I totally get that. Always ends up on Mina Kimes or Mickey Joseph, and never during the show.
Good. All right. That's the only way we can do it, though. We're doing it live. Let's let it rip, Josh. Wheel of Coaches lands on one Lane Kiffin today. Is he actually a candidate for this job? I don't know. Would he fall into the category of coaches who are not being mentioned as far as the normal mentions that have been bantied about, the Matt Campbells, the Lance Leipold's, the whoever else is in that group? He is not one of those names.
He's not really being talked about a lot.
But would he fit in the category of names where, like, hey, if you're going to take a swing and you like the guy, take a swing? Yes, he would. Does he fit Trev Albert's, style, MO? Not quite convinced of that.
Maybe a little flashy for Trev.
Not quite convinced of that. But with that being said, we'll grade him out anyway. It has landed on Lane Kiffin, who was not a new name on the list. He comes from the high-level Power 5 coach category. He's in that category along with Kyle Whittingham and Mark Stoops and PJ Fleck and Sam Pittman and Pat Fitzgerald and Mike Gundy and Mike Leach. Why those names? I don't know, because that was a collection of names, so we got that one day. Let's grade Lane, who is very familiar with Omaha after being here a couple times last year for the College World Series. Made a lot of friends, including Ravi Lula.
That's right.
Got a selfie with him. I was like, you just got to go. If you're going to do it, you just got to do it. And he went. That's all the encouragement he needed.
Yeah, it's not like Lane was here for days on end.
He was here for like a couple hours at a time. Twice or 3 times during the World Series. Gettability. Likelihood that Lane Kiffin would leave his current spot to come coach at Nebraska.
May I make a case?
You may.
SEC, kind of a difficult conference to win in. Pressure, very high. Big Ten West, not so much.
But the Ole Miss is like the Minnesota of the Big Ten or of the SEC.
Good comparison.
Like,
good comp.
You don't have to really win that much.
You don't have to
over a certain amount of time. And you definitely can't screw up. But they're gonna take 7, 8, 9 wins a year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's probably one of the few schools in the SEC where if you do that over time, they're just gonna take that.
Beat Mississippi State. Don't get blown out against Bama.
Yeah,
or
beat them every once in a
Georgia.
while.
Yeah.
Compete for a conference championship like every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be okay.
Okay. He's certainly not on a hot seat of any kind, from what it seems.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I think he's chilling.
Yeah.
I don't think the gettability is very good here. It is. I think Lane's a listener. He may listen.
Oh, yeah. Lane's always working for Lane. So if he can leverage Nebraska to get more money from Ole Miss, hell yeah.
Yeah. What if it came out in a couple of weeks like Lane Kiffin got an upgrade, got a extension and a raise? Oh, interesting. What other jobs are open? Well, you get Nebraska and Arizona State right now. Gettability is a 2.
I think that's where I land as well.
Fan buzz if hired. 5.
Yeah, we'd be buzzing.
It'd be the buzz for sure. It would create some national buzz. It would create plenty of local buzz, and you could say he's a local guy, born in Lincoln.
Also, you get that sort of the Big Ten stole an SEC coach.
I actually, yeah. Okay, so recruiting acumen for Lane.
I'd say pretty good.
He do it pretty well.
He pops off some 5-star recruits every now and then.
Let's give him but we're thinking recruiting acumen as it pertains to Nebraska as well. How could he recruit here? I think it's 4. He would do pretty well. Projected success. How well would Lane Kiffin do as the Nebraska head coach? My goodness. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, it's not like
I genuinely don't know. I think it could be potentially volatile. It could be, they could really figure out who they are and be that. Recruit pretty, it's a 3. I don't know if you're going to be able to convince me either way that it will be great or terrible. It could be just fine. And maybe just fine is good.
And I think his record fleshes that out. 7-6 at Tennessee that one year, 28-15 at USC, 26-13 at FAU, 18-8 right now at Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just pretty good.
Just pretty good. Yeah, give me a 3. You could
2 bowl wins.
You
in
could
his
maybe
career.
convince me of a 4, but I'll stick with 3. Chaos factor, pretty high.
Yeah.
Not incredibly chaotic. I mean,
I think it's good chaotic. It's
like a 4.
He has fun on Twitter. He has I don't think he's that kind of whiny brat that he was for the Raiders or for USC. I think he's
grown up a little bit.
Yeah, he's grown up, humbled himself a little bit.
It would raise some eyebrows though, for sure. Chaos factor is a 4.
Yeah.
Would scare divisional opponents.
I think there's potential here. Lane Kiffin.
When I think about this question, I think how much is his style or what he's going to be work in the Big Ten, or how much does it look like some of the other schools that Nebraska surrounds themselves with? And I don't think that would really be in the cards here.
Right.
They'd go tempo and throw it around a lot and all that stuff. I don't think it would. I think Kirk Ferentz would say just another instance of Nebraska going out and making a flashy hire when they didn't need to.
Yeah, some people like making a splash.
Yep, just another instance of Nebraska trying to get too cute.
Iowa just dips its toe in the water. We don't make splashes here.
Yeah, I would say that this is low.
Okay.
2. Just one man's opinion. You can have your own report card if you want. Salary command. Lane Kiffin making. I typed in Lane salary. That did not get me there. This is how you know it's live, by the way, because we don't pre-pick the people.
Yeah, he just got an extension not too long ago.
Okay, so that hurts. Lane is making
in December.
He's making over $7 million right now. Over $7 million. So this would be quite sizable. You'd have to pay Lane Kiffin like $8, $9, $10 million a year to get him, and pay the buyout too. It would be pretty hefty. This is like a 4.
I was trying to find
honestly,
a buyout.
He might be one of the higher guys on the list. We'll go with a 4 though. And a couple more. Awkwardness at opening press conference. This is sneaky high, I think. Actually.
I think so too. Yeah,
sneaky high.
He can be awkward in press conferences.
He can be awkward in press conferences. He has that thing where it doesn't seem like he always knows what he's going to say next, which that's not treated coaches well here before in the past. He seems a little off the cuff, maybe a little impulsive. But at the same time, pretty chill.
Certainly very
he's chill,
affable. Like people like talking to him. Like
the question that I always go back to when we're answering this question is like when somebody in the media asks him, "Hey, have you talked to Tom Osborne about this?" That's always the question that I go back to when I try to judge the awkwardness. 3. Always going to be some awkwardness with Lane, but ultimately it's okay. And finally, readiness for the job. How ready is Lane Kiffin to have the job at Nebraska? I think he's as ready as he'll be.
Yeah.
5. We could probably add a couple more categories of like, do you think he would want it? Or that sort of factors into the gettability part of it, I guess. We could add, how about we add one in of like, how does he fit in Trev's like guidelines?
Oh yeah, Trev did tell us what he was looking for.
Yeah. So we could put like Trev fit with Trev, maybe that's one. That's a category. Okay, fit with Trev, new category. We're doing it for Lane.
Boom.
I gotta write it down so I don't forget it for tomorrow.
I just dropped my pen.
Fit with Trev. Fit with Trev. It's hard to say. I mean, you would have to know it from a detail. He doesn't particularly seem like a huge detail guy, but on the other hand, I think he's capable of hiring a pretty good staff, so that's important. In the debut of Fit for Trev, we're going to go straight down the middle. I think it's a 3. There's some good, there's some not so good. Not everybody's going to be a perfect fit, though.
If there was a perfect fit, we wouldn't have enough candidates for a wheel.
That's right. And that is the wheel today. The official Husker fan of Dallas says a Sipple Kiffin interaction at a presser could be entertaining. There is no doubt about that. Would be amazing. A Sipple and anybody interaction is fantastic. All right. That is the wheel today. We will bounce back with it again tomorrow. A new name will enter, and we will evaluate their candidacy. Oh, and tomorrow's a Double Spin Friday.
That's right. People
Double
forget.
Spin Friday. Excellent.
Maybe
Can't wait.
Maybe this half of the wheel can get landed on for once.
Travis says on the text line, being fired on a tarmac would humble most.
Fair point.
I think so. And unnamed texter asks a couple things. Oh, it's actually Ubaldo. We're going to rename him Ubaldo.
Ubaldo Jimenez?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ubaldo asks, will Ned Yost make an appearance on the wheel? Great question. Wouldn't mind. And also add willingness to go to Applebee's with Sipple as a category.
Oh, Lane would do that, right?
Sipple's more of a I'm going to visit you in the office type of guy. We're not
Okay.
going to go out. We're not going to take this business out in public. Him and Bo would just yell at each other.
No, I don't want you to get bothered.
That can't happen at Applebee's. That's in the offices. All right, we will come back. We'll round out the show with the poll questions. What to watch tonight next on 1620 The Zone. But first, Brian Regan brings his comedy tour to the Holland Center in March, at the end of March 31st. Listen all this week to this very show to win a pair of tickets to Brian Regan, and you can enter to win a pair of tickets online at 1620thezone.com.
Remember, no matter how you listen, it's still AM radio. 1620 The Zone. It's 42 Degrees 10th anniversary sale, and we have great deals for you. Want to save up to 75% on Kratom CBD, Delta products, pipes, vaporizers, e-juice, candles, and more? Then go to any 42 Degrees location, talk with the most knowledgeable, friendly, professional staff with savings up to 75%. That's right, save up to 75% during our 10th anniversary sale on Kratom CBD, Delta products, pipes, vaporizers, e-juice, candles, and more at The Source by your mom's house.
This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
As you descend into the darkness, you feel an unnatural chill in the air. You tell yourself, I don't belong down here. And you know what? You're right. Dungeon of the Damned Haunted House, located in the basement dungeon of Hollywood Candy at 1209 Jackson Street. Dungeon of the Damned, where no one can hear you scream. Dungeon of the Damned opens this Friday. General admission and VIP tickets available now at dungeonofthedamned.com or inside Hollywood Candy.
All right, final couple minutes here on a Thursday edition of the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Josh had a despicable top 5 today, which people are very angry at him for.
Not my fault. Y'all got in your feelings about things.
All right, so we'll have we'll get the poll questions here. We'll tell you what to watch, and we'll also make a pick.
Pick them
for tonight's Steelers-Browns game. Is there any college football tonight?
There is.
Oh, is that gonna? Are we gonna find out which on what to watch?
Yeah, we'll find out.
That's good. There's a whole segment for that, right? All right. Poll questions. Have you ever had your shoes shined at the airport? I haven't, but I've really always wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And for a variety of different reasons, I haven't been able to. Number one, the primary reason is because I'm not wearing shoes that are capable of being shined at the airport about 97% of the time. I've never been dressed up on an airplane.
I go for comfort for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm not looking like a slob though, but not wearing my pajamas.
It's sneakers.
Yeah.
I don't think there's actually ever been a time in my life where I haven't worn sneakers on an airplane. That could be another poll question, I guess. So the answer is no. I have not had my shoes shined. And 94% of you have no idea what it's like.
Wow.
Including myself. The luxuries in life that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like red beer? I don't think I do.
I don't.
I'm going to go with no. 56% say no.
Narrow margin.
Husker Nader says orange beers is where it's at. And Tony seconded that idea.
Oh, well then it's official.
Orange beers? What's orange beers?
That's orange juice in the beer, right?
Oh, okay. So basically beer mosa?
Yeah.
I've had beer mosa. It's okay. With light, light beer. I would definitely rather do that than the red beer for sure. Are you familiar with the term kilojoules? As the Aussies have. I am not. 57% are.
Husker follower responds.
Surprising result.
Did 42% of your listeners not attend high school? Seemingly shocked that we did not know about kilojoules.
Kilojoules?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What did you vote on this?
I would have voted no.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
That's why I asked the question.
I went to high school.
I know Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin.
Yeah, I know a lot of things. I don't know about kilojoules. We're going to skip one real quick because it involves the pick. Does the Butterburger make your tum-tum hurt?
The idea does, not the actual Butterburger.
No, it does not. 88% agreed that it does not. And, all right, it'll be in what to watch, but who are we picking tonight? We're going to go against the spread. Cleveland in Pittsburgh. The Cleveland Browns are 3.5-point favorites. Over under 37.5 for tonight's Thursday night football game, kicking off at 7:16 on Amazon Prime.
What was the number?
3.5.
3.5. Who's the favorite?
The Cleveland Browns.
I'll go Pittsburgh.
Same. I got to stop letting you go first on these.
They just have a way about them that
they've got a way about them.
It doesn't matter who's out. It doesn't matter what the roster is. Also, I don't trust Jacob
Trubisky.
Jacob Trubisky. I don't trust either quarterback, but Jacoby Brissett, I trust less.
Give me the Steelers plus 3.5.
As it says in my notes here, Mitch Trubisky has never thrown an interception against the AFC North.
First time for everything.
4 career starts.
The Browns are a bad vibes team.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for them probably this whole season.
Don't know how Jacoby Briskett's doing. Getting beat up a lot.
I don't know if Nick Chubb will have success against the Steelers defense even without Teague in there.
Yeah. So we're both on the Steelers tonight. The Road Dogs plus 3.5. Okay, Josh, what else are we watching?
We are watching NCAA college football. West Virginia at Virginia Tech tonight, 6:30 on ESPN. But that's not all, Connor. Coastal Carolina and Jamie Chad Powers. They travel to Georgia State tonight, 6:30 on ESPN2. And Connor, that's not all. We got one more. 7:30 kick on the Big Ten Network.
There's a Big Ten game tonight?
Chattanooga travels to Illinois.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Mocs.
Maybe this is the game that Nebraska was supposed to play during the pandemic year, during 2020. Remember the whole Chattanooga thing?
That's right.
UT Chattanooga. We were going to play. We had it all set up with UT Chat.
Yeah, I was ready.
And then Kevin Warren came in and said, "Not so fast, my friend."
MLB is.
Wait, let's talk about these college games for a second.
Okay.
So West Virginia, Virginia Tech. West Virginia, after doing the backyard brawl thing, is sort of falling off. They're 1-2. Virginia Tech's not good either.
No, they're not.
West Virginia, 2.5-point favorite on the road. This is a weird game.
It is. What did he say? I don't know. The Beamer had a funny answer in his press conference.
Well, Shane Beamer, the coach at South Carolina.
Yeah.
So just
Virginia Tech made me think of Beamer and Beamer's kid.
Got it.
That was my train of thought there.
Got it. Yeah, no, I understand. And then so Coastal Carolina and Georgia State. Yes, Jamie Chadwell UT chat in Illinois. And I'm not going to watch. I don't think I'm going to watch college football tonight. It's going to be Amazon Prime for me.
Well, you're locked into Prime. You can't flip unless you get the 2 TV setup. I'm aware, but
Jacob Dilla says, I bet Mitchell Trubisky would be a lot better at football if his name was Jacob Trubisky.
You know what? I agree. Something to think about.
That is
Mitch.
a better name, actually.
The rebrand.
Go for it.
Big Fox has baseball on tonight. Red Sox, Yankees, 6:00. Watch Aaron Judge try and sock some dingers. The Diamondbacks take on the Dodgers, 9:00 on MLB Network. Netflix has a new doc. It was in theaters briefly. I don't think it was in theaters here. It is called Facing Nolan. It was told from the point of view of the hitters who faced Nolan Ryan and the teammates who revered him.
Oh.
It is billed as the definitive documentary of a Texas legend.
Scary.
So I'm kind of interested in that Nolan Ryan documentary. And 7:00 on ABC tonight, Celebrity Family Feud, the season 8 finale. It's Jackass versus Jackass as Johnny Knoxville takes on co-creator Jeff Tremaine.
Wow. They're just trying to stay relevant any way they can.
They're squeezing every last bit of blood out of that turnip, Connor.
I appreciate them for that. All right, we are done. That is it for the show today. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. We'll be back with the crossover next.
Live from the host